only took 4 episodes.
I'm the real Kenny.
Well, hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us dwarks, we get together and we laugh at each other, we roll some dice, and we do some collaborative storytelling, known as Dungeons and Dragons, or as my children like to call it, adult make-believe. And so we're happy for you to be here. We're happy for you to be here with us as we continue our story. We are now in season 2, having 45 episodes over the past year in season 1, and this is, I think, episode 4 of season 2. And we're approaching our 50th episode next week on the Halloween week.
Hey, Matthew, are we doing anything special for our 50th episode?
I don't know. Are we, Jake?
I don't know. I thought that would have been a good time for you to unveil.
Let's see. Yes, we are doing a special giveaway.
Tell.
With Alchemy 3D prints. And I, unfortunately, do not have the hard and fast 3D printed items, but we have some really cool Halloween-themed stuff. One of them is a crypt, and one of them is a summoning circle, and one of them is a little necromancer figure. They're going to be given away on our Instagram account. So if you go to LDR_DM, you can go there and you can enter through the post that has Halloween giveaway all over it. And so go there, enter, and have a chance at winning those really cool 3D printed items. Of course, every week we also give away items here on our Twitch stream. And tonight we're going to be giving away some of these guys here, small minis, and these larger ones, a Naga, Glass Golem, and some other ones here. And we will let you know what the entry word is to enter in. And then you can kind of tell your friends to come on in and potentially win the prize on the Twitch stream. We're going to run an ad beforehand, and then you guys will have a chance at entering that. We're going to do three separate giveaways tonight throughout the night. And if we get 3 more subscribers, 3 new subscribers tonight, we will also give away this cool stone giant. All right, so stone giant here, and but potentially give away, but also definitely giving away these minis over here. Of course, if you would like to catch up on any past episodes, you can go to our YouTube channel. They're all up there. And we would certainly appreciate if you would consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and following us here on Twitch, and even potentially subscribing to us here on Twitch. Every little bit helps, and we really appreciate your support and are so thankful for the great community that surrounds this little show of schmucks. Of course...
We were dorks.
Well, we're always schmucks, but that's kind of like our default setting. And
you're right.
And then, we kind of vary it. You also can participate as we play in the shenanigans with us by purchasing advantage for any of the players at the table. And so, in particular, in combat situations, advantage is very much appreciated for the DM as well. And you can also purchase disadvantage for the DM. The advantage costs 100 bits. The disadvantage costs 500 bits. And if you really want to help them out for 1,000 bits, you can purchase a minor healing potion, which will materialize somewhere in the world for them to utilize. And so that's something that you can do at any time in the show, and you can really affect how the story is going for good or for ill. All right. So we mentioned the Alchemy 3D prints. Go to his website, alchemy3D prints.com, and check out all their really cool stuff. And they have a promo code that they are doing, which I'm a dope. I forgot to write down. Hold on, I got it here. You can type in the promo code to their website, and you can get 10% off throughout this month. The promo code is... Where are you at, promo code?
Well, while you're looking for that,
Please do.
I met a wonderful technician at Verizon, Mackenzie. If you're closing up the store, you should probably check in and watch tonight.
Hello, Mackenzie.
Yes, you were a great help.
Thank you for helping Jake, because without his phone, he is pretty much worthless.
I am useless otherwise,
I'm useless.
even with a working phone, but, you know, I like to be useless with a working phone, and you've helped greatly. Thank you.
The promo code on alchemy3dprints.com is TREAT, T-R-E-A-T, 10. And you'll get 10% off any order from their awesome minis and terrain that they will 3D print on demand for you and that they will send your way. So TREAT 10, the number 10. TREAT, the number 10. All right. Well, without further ado, unless I'm forgetting something, did I hit everything? I think I got it all. Why don't we begin with our new theme song, which is now in its second week of use.
Second week of use. They'll all be
And-
singing along soon.
Yeah, I'll be singing along. I want
What
to
are the
get. I
words?
want to get the lyrics on the bottom of the
With that
screen.
little
the
bouncy
bouncing
ball.
balls.
Bouncy ball.
It should be a bouncing bard.
Bouncing ball.
Like a little loot.
That's right. Okay, so hopefully everything is good tech-wise. If anything is an issue tech-wise, let us know and we will do our best to address it. But yeah. All right, Matthew, take it away.
We are the winners and the strong. We're the losers who don't belong. And we'll press on until this journey ends. 'Cause there's a goal that we are after. And there are tears, blood, and laughter waiting for us just around the bend. We seek vengeance and we seek glory. So come listen to our story. Come walk with us and we'll call you our friends.
Yay! All right. Well, we begin with a little recap of what has gone before. And so our team, now referring to themselves as the Revengers, have limped along after having lost several of their party members in a climactic battle with the dragon cultists, the fire cultists, and the members of an unnamed cult yet to be discovered and determined,
Oh, good.
following the Horned King. And after having lost these members, they headed to the north, seeking the gauntlet that Kildrick the dwarf needed to empower himself. Being directed to the orc tribe known as Clan Null, they came across the individual who had the gauntlet, and they made a trade with him, swindling him with...
Good trade.
It was
Likely
a good
Solo
trade.
was not there.
Swindling him with Eli's disappearing blade. And as their party fled, the ruse was discovered and the orcs pursued. But due to some quick wit and some magical tricks, they were able to keep the orcs at bay as they hid in a nearby cave. And in that cave, they found a deep gnome named Anduin, who was sent there by the Black Staff of Waterdeep, Vajra Safar. And he was there to enlist their help in rooting out a demonic influence within the clan that needed to be dealt with, needed to be destroyed. And so, trying to concoct a scheme to figure out how to deal with this demonic influence, the Revengers sought to execute a plan which they did pitifully.
Very poorly.
And
And it took forever.
Slowly, one might say
and also
slowly but surely, actually.
and after some poor communication and some lack of understanding, the party found themselves facing down the entire orcish camp head on, and through some very fortuitous and lucky rolls of the dice, managed to survive and take out the majority of the, comparatively speaking, pretty weak orc tribe.
That was a surprise too.
Except for someone and his mother. What was his name?
That would be the Fex. Yeah, Go Feck.
The Feck
And
family.
The facts.
Borak and Go Feck. We're not talking
about
about that name
Can't
though.
let it
And he does still live after Sorg was discovered to be the shaman. The demonic influence was discovered to be Sorg the shaman, and he fled as the Revengers took out the orc tribe. But not before he turned 2 of the orcs into Tanaruk, slavering demonic killers. Through Eli and his quick perception and high insight, he was able to determine how to stop the transformation, in particular of Borak, the clan leader, and the fighting ceased. But not before Wolfram, the warlock, took off in his raven form, following Sorg through the woods. And all the while, as Sola remains in some undisclosed dimension, having been whisked away.
The magical wispy land of
It was a land of
Wisconsin.
cheese and pop. He was wonderful.
A
Soda.
lot of cheese.
A lot of trading cards.
And so it is there, at this juncture, as the fighting has subsided, Borak Null lies on the ground, still, as her body slowly reverts back to its normal orcish form. Her son, Gofek, is standing guard over her, and the 2 remaining orc grunts who survived are kind of flanking him, nervously watching you.
Flanking.
Stop. Standing far away at his sides, are watching you nervously to determine if you're going to try to continue to slaughter their tribe. And so, Revengers, what are you doing?
Well, a Kale Manning says we must slaughter the orcs, so...
Not till they subscribe.
Who says that?
We'll wait.
No suggestions until subscription.
That's not how that works.
It's not. No.
Everything is content.
Hashtag.
Well, how are we positioned again?
So
Tell me how they're positioned. How are we?
So you are in the midst of the tents, which are the primary sleeping quarters for the majority of the now dead tribe. The 2 kennels where the displacer beasts were housed are empty. The log cabin, which is really the sturdiest part of this stockade structure, is intact, and the door is ajar. Gofek is standing astride his mother, concernedly watching her as the other 2 orcs stare on, kind of hands on their weapons, still drawn, but not actively attacking you. There are the bodies of 18 or so other orcs strewn about as they have been dismembered and sundered by the Revengers coming in with a fury, as well as the 2 displacer beasts, one continuing to smolder in the fire in which it was burned, the other shredded, and all the different orcs there lying dead around the camp.
I just go, sorry?
So, yeah, this looks bad. And is he holding the horns I gave him, or am I holding them that I ripped off? I don't remember.
You had seen that at the back of Borak's neck was a singular horn that jutted out to the kind of went skyward, curving skyward, in addition to the horns that had emerged from the side of her head. You had cut that off with a very high roll and were able to stop the frenzied rage that she was in set her kind of catatonic and reversed the transformation back to her normal orcish state. So you have the horn in your hand.
All right.
Gofek is there watching his mother, and the rest of you are kind of standing around.
I'm gonna walk up to him holding it out. Kind of as a peace offering.
At the same time, I have a cup of water that I've poured.
He's
Like,
following.
at the same, at
Right.
this. Oh, you look thirsty. Take this. It'll make you feel better.
What is this?
Me or him.
He looks to you with the horn. He ignores the water for now.
It's really good water. But this is what Sorg, I think you called him, infected your mom with, and this is what turned her into a Tanaruk.
We must find him and destroy him. We must do this now. Will you join me? And right the wrong you've done to my clan. You fetchers.
So, would you call me a fecker?
Fetcher.
Fetcher. All right.
It's from Skyrim, you jerk. Swit. Enwa.
So yeah, Gofek, I would love to help you. We would love to help you, right, guys? You're not here, but right, guys?
I'm not here.
Oh, I'm in.
But it's only a short but. One of our party members is not here. He flew off to track Sorg, I believe.
Two of your party members aren't here.
The other one's in a
Thanks.
wispy place.
Yeah, whatever happened to that spider guy?
Yeah. I don't know.
I just forgot he existed.
Oi! Oi! Don't forget about me. I'm here too, says the little deep gnome, who's kind of...
Oh.
Here you go. Someone's talking.
Kind of hoping you didn't make it. Oh.
Let's be nice. The Black Staff sent him to help us.
Sure.
So, Gofek, we want to help you, but we need to take a rest first because some of us are hurting after that fight we just had. We would like to be at full strength to be able to go take on Sorg.
You must rectify the wrong you've done to me. You cheat. We bargained in good faith and you stole from us. People think orcs are evil. You did the evil.
Yep, you are correct. And for that, I am sorry.
Your sorrow means nothing. More lies.
No, actually, I am
If
sorry.
you didn't kill my brothers, I'd kill you now.
I saved your mother, though.
Which is why we're talking.
Agreed. And again,
Well,
Sorry about your friends.
I saved his mother.
yeah, you helped. And we're sorry. So, let's look at this from a different perspective, if we could. You know, I've got your point of view. Looks bad. Killed 90% of you. And your brothers. That's bad. Can we all agree with that, gang? That's bad.
It's not the best.
It's
No.
not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
So is your dishonesty.
Yeah. I don't even know your name yet, though. So, all right. His opinion doesn't count. Gofek. He's not a part of the group yet.
The hobgoblin speaks truth.
I'd hate to admit it and take the side of orcs, but you did deceive them
You killed the most of them, I think.
in defense.
Yeah. So,
Offensive defense.
the other perspective is we didn't think we'd ever run into you again. That doesn't make stealing right.
Why did you attack us? We did nothing to you.
Because Anduin, come here, little Snurf Neblin.
Oi!
He was sent to us telling us of an invader in your ranks who's actually a demon or a devil in basically orc skin. Sorg.
Sorg.
Yes. And he was spreading an infestation like what happened to your mother. And happened to, didn't we kill the Tanaruk too? And happened to that guy right there. He was spreading that, and there was the thought that he could keep spreading that and it could infect everyone. Now here's the thing. We didn't know
An
how.
infection.
Yes.
He looks and in a language that you don't understand, although you do, nameless. He gives directions to the 2 orcs standing there to start gathering the bodies to burn.
Good idea.
You
Well,
don't know
He
that.
didn't know what he said.
Yeah. Well, you can. Yes, good point. I don't know what's going on, but it looks good.
He was speaking in tongues, was he?
That's very new age of you there. So, again, we didn't know how the infection spread. We didn't know what it looked like. We just knew there was a infector and an infection in your groups that needed to be snuffed out. So, when we came upon you guys, we didn't know if you were already infected. It wasn't until we learned how and who was infecting that
Roll
we
a deception
stopped.
check.
With advantage, because I'm telling the truth.
You didn't
Really?
really come upon them thinking it was an infection per se.
He did say infection.
Well, if you would prefer to roll persuasion, you can do that. You can choose whichever one you would like.
I would prefer the bard to tell this
Yes.
tale, though.
You are already.
I was just about to say that.
Can I be helping him?
Persuasion? Oh, no, actually.
Eli, you do have inspiration.
Persuasion's okay. on
You have
this one.
inspiration?
I know, and I'm going to use it.
You're using it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you from the chat for those advantages, as always. For 100
22.
bits, you can
Nice.
purchase the persuasion of my NPCs.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Why didn't you just talk to us?
Because I cheated you out of your
Good point.
gauntlet.
You lying.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So, again, we thought we were going to steal from you and never come back and never have to return. When we came back, we weren't sure how the infection was spread if you were already infected. Talking, diplomacy, was kind of off the table because, one, we didn't know who the bad person was, or if all of you were.
We know the bad person now. What's gone is gone. What are we doing about it?
We're going to rest and go kill him.
How are we tracking him?
And we cut to Wolfram, who is in his raven form, flying over the forest with the perception rolls you had made last week. You see Sword, you see what he is doing and where he is going. How do you wish to handle this?
I'm heading. We're still in the forest, right?
You're in the forest, you are heading to roughly the northwest, deeper into the forest towards the Sword Mountains.
And he's still sprinting?
He is moving at a fast pace, and he doesn't seem to be slowing. One that is, it's impressive at his stamina as he gallops through the woods.
Alright. I will continue to follow for just to make sure I figure out the direction he's heading.
He stops every now and then and kind of gathers his bearings and then continues off. It's roughly northwesterly track that he seems to be heading with as much speed as he can muster.
Alright. I'm gonna head back to camp.
Okay.
Just remembering the direction.
How long would you
That I
say
am.
you were following him for?
Like half a minute.
Okay,
Just-
not very long.
Yeah, no.
Okay, very good. So you head back, and as you circle around, you see 2 orcs that are gathering the dead into a pile near the center of the camp where they had a fire pit, and they have already begun burning. You see Eli speaking with Gofek as they both stand near his mother. You see Kildrick kind of strumming his guitar, Yanni holding out a glass of water, still waiting for it to be taken. You see Nameless kind of leaning in, listening to their conversation, and you don't see Morthos anywhere. Oh wait, there he is. As he kind of
Looting the dead.
waits for the 2 orcs' attention to be drawn, and he's picking coin purses off of the bodies of the orcs throughout. By the way, I need you to roll a stealth check.
19.
Okay, you have been plucking coin purses from the dead.
As I catch sight of Morthos, I'll perch on the top of that roof that I perched on the first time that I got knocked away from.
Yep.
And I will just continue watching what's happening.
Okay.
below,
So you're continuing to watch.
Staring at Morthos mostly.
While all of this is going on, we change scenes entirely. Fade to black. Fade back in to gray. And in this gray, there is a dull, dark, dead landscape. Trees with no leaves, broken and sundered, strewn about. It's a forest which looks like it's been hit by a meteorite, which has the shock wave shattered everything, knocking it down like an atomic bomb has gone off. The sky is black with subtle hints of light, but it's almost like a perpetual twilight. There is not a star in the sky. A low gray cover of cloud hangs. The grass is dull brown and gray. The ground is broken from the lack of rain and life. There are bones of creatures scattered throughout. And in the midst of this scene, in the midst of the stillness of this dark plain, there is a and in flashes a glowing, beaming entity of light. And immediately she is out of place. Sola, would you like to describe yourself just so that we can kind of bring the stream up to speed since you've been gone the last couple of weeks?
I wrote it all down, but it take too long. You see about a 5'6", 5'7", bright blonde hair. However, you notice her hair isn't fully blonde. It's more of a dirty blonde with a light glow that makes it brighter and brighter. Her whole body is a light tan that seems to shimmer, along with her hair, making her just a little bit brighter as well. In her eyes, you see the sorrow of the loss of her people, of her friends, especially Hold and Vincent and Rygar. You also notice she's wearing a bright yellow tunic that falls to her knees, bright red pants as well. Not like the McDonald's sign, however, more of like a duller red than McDonald's. She wears no wrappings on her hand or feet. Instead, they're wrapped in white wrap. You also notice that she doesn't have her right hand. It seems to be missing, and it ends like it was cut off by a sword. And that is Sola.
And so Sola stands there, and immediately you take in the landscape about you. I need you to roll a history check.
11.
You have heard of, you know that there are multiple planes. You know that the convergence device, the hopper that you have, will periodically send people to different dimensions. It's kind of a annoying feature. And this has happened to you before. Most recently with Melcine, when the two of you were separated, and you were able to survive through her sacrifice of her giving you her necklace, which you now wear around your throat. Mm-hmm. And as you look around, you immediately ascertain that this is not likely anywhere on the material plane. It's kind of like the material plane, but everything is bathed in shadow. And as you look around, you get the sense that whatever this place is, this place of darkness, this place of shadow, it's almost like a grim reflection of the material plane. One that shows what it would be like without light, without the sun, without the moon, without life. And you are immediately saddened by that possibility, knowing that there are forces that are seeking to do this. What do you do?
Gonna look around me and take a couple steps. Do I sense any immediate danger at all?
Roll perception.
$17.
You look around and you don't sense anything immediately within your vicinity. On the horizon, there seems to be something moving. It's hard to say. Shifting form, smoke, mist, a storm. What is it? It's unclear.
It's unclear.
But nothing that seems to me immediately threatening you.
Well, knowing my multiple experiences with the hopper, I know eventually it will take me back. So I'm just gonna, I sit on this ground, this muted level of the ground, and I kind of meditate a little bit, and I'm gonna pray to Paylor. Just be like, if this is without light, then we need to fight with everything that we are to prevent this from happening. Paylor, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not a disciple of you. I didn't even know you existed until a couple months ago, but help me to prevent this from happening. If I can be a bearer of your light, then let this be. And I'm just going to kind of meditate a little bit. About 10 minutes pass up. I'm going to stand up. Not really looking for a response for Paylor. And I'm going to head towards the mist.
Okay. So you go through your meditation. Roll a religion check for me, please.
19.
19. As you complete your meditation and you open your eyes, you don't see anything different with your surroundings, but the glow emanating from your hair seems somehow brighter. And as you look down at your body and you complete your meditation, you swear that there's almost a radiant form in the place of your missing hand. As if that radiant energy is strengthening and coalescing within you.
I'm going to try to capture this feeling and practice to get a radiant hand back.
Okay, and so you kind of concentrate,
On
and
this feeling.
as your new master, Master Glauron, had kind of hinted at to you that this was something that was possible as you continue to grow in your ability to channel your ki and to harness the radiant light within you. And you are doing this as you're walking towards the mist form. And as you progress, hours go by, and the form slowly begins to grow larger. It doesn't really clarify for you, as it just seems to be swirling shadow.
Gonna attempt to mind link it. And
The mind link that you have is 60 feet, I believe.
I believe so.
You're not quite
Oh,
at
then
that
I'll
distance yet.
keep walking.
You continue walking, you begin to get clarity, and this seems to be a shadowy maelstrom. As you approach within 60 feet, you can certainly seek to mind link it if you wish.
Who are you?
You use your innate abilities as a Kalashtar elf, and you reach out through your kind of psychic connection There is no response to that telepathic bond. But as you peer closer, you see that this swirling maelstrom is somehow even darker than the shadows around you. It is almost like a gap in this place. And as you stare into it, as the seconds go by, there is a response to your telepathy. Who are you?
What does that do?
And you see a hand begin to come through the shadows. That is itself
Am I in it?
clawed, dark, black shadow. Another hand begins to reach through the other side, and you see a head peek through with black horns that look to be shadowed, a face that has bulbous, grayish, navy dark eyes, and a maw that is half skeleton, half shadow. It looks at you with a sick smile on its face as it continues to kind of emerge out of this void in the midst of this plain, repeating its question.
I am the bearer of light. I'm here to bring light to this world. Who are you? Are you this darkness that has overcome here?
I, Lightbearer, am your death.
And it points a finger at you. I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Oh no.
And there goes Sola.
Ooh.
Oh no.
7.
Oh no.
You are immediately gripped
Is it a shade?
with an overwhelming sense of fear. You take 26 necrotic damage,
Can get hurt.
and your body is paralyzed.
Nice.
You can't move. The rest of its body steps out, and it is about 30 feet tall as it stands above you. Its long, lanky legs are wreathed in shadow, its arms reaching down to its calves, a strangely elongated, sickly form. The horns are just pouring shadow and darkness out of the tips, almost a counter to the radiant light emanating from your hair. It steps out and slowly walks around you as if it's taking you in.
Oh man.
Lightsparrow, I will feast on your soul.
And as it goes to reach for you,
See ya.
there is another. And in a flash of light, there is a form that is immediately recognizable to you. You look, and there before you is Hold.
Oh,
No,
my buddy.
wait.
Oh.
It's not Hold,
Oh,
but
who
it's
cares?
someone like Hold. And immediately you hear a song that it is humming. And then he stops humming and starts singing. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little night walkers all gonna die today. Alright, piss and stop. And immediately the hand stops. And he looks up at him and he says, you want to do this or not? Because you know how it's gonna end, okay? I'm gonna beat you slappy stiff dead. The Nightwalker, as it was referred to, looks down at this warforged creature, resplendent in its own shimmering light. It says, "Why do you protect this one?" "Oh, well, you know, because I kind of need to. This peasant is like important or something. It doesn't tell me everything, you know. But you can go back into your little negative plane place and like be there for a while or something. I'll come and kill you later, okay?" Kind of withdraws, and
Am I still paralyzed?
you're still paralyzed. Turns to you and he says, "Hey, you know, we probably should like get out of here or something. What do you think?" Your eyes.
I'm gonna kind of nod with my
He's
eyes.
like, "Okay, let's go now, right?" And he kind of reaches out his hand and puts it on your shoulder, snaps his fingers as you see in his chest the similar kind of convergence device. Although, whereas yours is bluish in color, his is greenish yellow. And he snaps, there's a flash, and you find yourself on a mountain. An impossibly tall mountain with radiant light everywhere. And you look down and there is no end, there is no bottom, it is just the mountain. It continues on and on. You feel the strength and the volition to move your muscles return. And this individual looks at you. Says, "So, like, why are you, you know?"
Why am I? I don't know. I was.
"Exactly. That's the problem, you little pissant. You don't know why you are. And that's why you keep, like, poofing away and failing and, like, messing up. And you can't beat dragons. And you can't save a friend. It's because you are pathetic, you know, pissant.
I'm quite pathetic. That's true. Thanks for
Are
throwing all
you
my
going to be
failures in my
dedicated to
face.
the cause or not? Are
To
you committed?
Monica? To what cause?
You
What's...
tell me, pissant. You know.
That's the question, though. What is the true cause? What is good? What is evil? Do we sacrifice some evils for the overall good?
She's questioning everything now. You sure you want me to have this conversation, you know? You want to work with this?
Who are you talking to?
She's a slapstress, you know?
Well, questions are better than just blindly following, is it not? Wouldn't you rather I ask questions, hard questions, than just follow like mindless sheep?
You are a child of the light. Do you know what that stands for?
Good, justice, pureness. But in the overall trying to get to good, is evil allowed to bring, does the ends justify the means? That's one question. So many people have died when we kept trying to follow good, when we kept trying to do pureness and light, and everybody keeps dying. Hold and Rygar and Melcine.
Hold's not dead. Well, you
Hold's
know.
not dead?
The Hold that you know, maybe like he's...
You know where he is?
He's a little different, you know.
Can you bring me to him?
Hold on, 1 second. Are you really sure about this, though? Like, for real, though?
Yes, my friends find me trying as well.
Alright, they say I'd like to do this or something. He kind of pulls back his robe, and he is in a resplendent robe. It's very... The material is otherworldly. And as he pulls it back, you see a gauntlet and a helm, both of which you immediately recognize as the gauntlet and helm that Hold was seeking to reforge. And he hands them to you, the gauntlet and helm, both of which are split in two, and he says, "It is your job now.
Mine?
You and your friends must reforge this. You work with Eli, okay?
Okay.
I've already entrusted the hopper to that pissant. He thinks he's something because he can't die. Ooh. Well, that slappy will die eventually. Everyone does, you know.
I've died twice, I believe, so far.
No,
I
you.
quite thoroughly understand that feeling.
Well, I mean, like dead, gone dead, you know.
As Hold's last mission, I will take this with honor and excitement for the future.
You now bear the mission of Hold and Melcine.
It is
Why
true.
are you?
Why am I? Why are we all?
That's
Why are you here?
That's a shit answer, you know.
It's an answer I don't have. It's a question I don't have an answer to.
Okay, we'll just say it then. Like, I don't know yet. Like, okay, like that's an honest thing. Like, you don't
That is
know.
not the
okay.
way of my people.
What's your name, by the way?
My fellow people called me Sola
Okay, you learned that. Why you know that?
because I came with the rising of the sun.
Okay, the purpose, like you were named for the rising of the sun. That's so fitting. That's like a nice backstory or something, you know?
It's quite foreshadowing, yes.
Yes, it's something like that. Okay, but you found out your name. You need to find out your why.
Well, I have a why to bring good and justice to the world.
Yes, general. I want specific. Find it in your friends, find it in your purpose with them. Discern through your questions. It's okay to question, you know. Questions are good. They help you to find an answer that you can be firmly founded on, okay? That's what you do, Pissant.
I will bear
Okay,
that in
goodbye.
mind.
And
Thank
he
you.
snaps his fingers. And you kind of, as you are whooshing out, you hear him kind of talking loud again. How long am I going to have to do this, though, you know? And gone.
He's the best.
What hand does that gauntlet go over for her?
That gauntlet is
It's also split
is
in
a
half.
right-handed gauntlet.
Yes.
I only have my left one.
I know.
We're backwards.
We're backwards.
And so in the midst of this, as Eli is speaking with Gofek, the orcs are gathering their dead. Morthos is unceremoniously looting the corpses. Yanni
It's not the
is
first time.
holding out Yanni is holding out his cup of water, and Kildrick is continuing to sing. We are going to do a giveaway.
Oh.
And
Just.
we're going to do a giveaway here. First thing we're going to do is give away these two guys. I've been trying to give these guys away for like the last 3 sessions, and the people who have won them, I've not been able to give them to. So, tonight is the night, dear viewers. I am going to run an ad because I've never done that before, and I hope you'll stick around. Apparently we make 5 cents or something.
Nice.
They're all signing off. I see
Yeah,
the number.
bye.
No!
Die.
No! Okay,
I
we're,
signed
I'm
off.
just kidding.
we're going to run an ad, and then we're going to give these 2 guys away. All right, so go tell your friends to jump on. They can win in about 30 seconds. Ad running now.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Still got my theme song.
We didn't give them. Can they hear us? What's
I
going
don't
on?
know. I'm not seeing anything.
It's also usually
The
delivered.
ad, it says the ad is running, ad playing, 20, 19,
Well, we can do one
18,
anyways.
17.
Have you ever
16.
used Charmin toilet paper?
No, why?
Yeah.
Well, its quality is unmatched. Have you ever been using the bathroom and then all of a sudden your finger slipped through the toilet paper?
Let's be real
Charmin, you'll
though.
never have
I
that
disagree
again.
though. The lint created from Charmin is not good.
The only
you find
ad
that
we
lint
should
later,
be
I'm
running
telling you.
is for water. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we need to market. Dasani,
All
Smart
right,
Water.
and so now if you would like to be a part of this giveaway, we want you to type in
Oh no.
exclamation point.
Ads only run for non-subs.
Perfect.
Welcome back.
We don't know what we're doing. Why? Because we're a bunch of schmucks.
But we got those 5 cents.
So worth it.
I'm gonna split that.
Is that
Hey.
hashtag butt lint?
All right,
Hashtag poop
we're gonna put in. We're gonna type in hashtag Shadowfell.
Oh.
Hashtag Shadowfell.
Make a jingle.
SHADOWFELL, all one word. Hashtag Shadowfell, and you can win this Dwarf Raider and this Renegade Warlock.
and we will send those out. The moderators will figure out who won. #Shadowfell.
Or pound sign.
Can we make ads that way? So you played for the non-subs and we just make
This
something
is
up?
the best.
Yes, we can do that.
Oh, man,
Little
that'd be so
peek
funny.
behind the curtain.
Although I'm not subbed and I didn't even get
Did you
an
say
ad.
hashtag?
Yeah.
Did I say hashtag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well I changed it.
It worked.
tonight.
Yeah, hashtag. Everybody's doing it.
Shadowfell.
We're
#Shadowfell.
keeping you regular viewers on your toes.
That's like, next time we'll do asterisk or
Ampersand.
ampersand.
Nobody enters it.
Left parentheses.
Less than / or equal
Which one's
to.
less than?
Less than 3.
If your butt's a harmony and you're not feeling well.
It's a harmony.
Yeah, I got it.
I
All right,
disagree. I
so
hate
back to
Charmin.
it.
Charmin's bad.
In the midst of
It's
this
soft.
scene,
Sponsoring us, shut up.
It's linty.
Sola,
Oh.
you appear and you see your comrades all with solemn looks in the midst of burning orcish corpses. You see a half giant who you have not met. You do not see Wolfram, the raveny bird-like man who you have barely met. And you see a hobgoblin. Roll history check.
Hobby.
18.
Calling you that now.
Why did that matter for the wisdom save though?
You see a hobgoblin
Hey-o.
that you recognize.
Dang it.
I recognize.
Yes.
That you recognize.
Slam the ground.
All right.
Do I know
You-
where I recognize him?
Yes, you do.
Do I know? I know Sola knows. But
You
do
have
Does
crossed
Molly know?
paths. You have crossed paths with this individual before, and you had previously mind linked this individual.
That's where I did kind of think it was heading to.
And so as this happens, you all notice Sola rush in with a flash of light and the bending of reality as the material plane accepts her form back into existence. Yanni, your eyes are taken in by the glow
She is also quite pretty.
of this monkish woman.
I instantly
Me right
drop
now,
the
no.
water all over the and then I go and I turn my back and I start making flowers as quickly as I can. Druid crafting flowers.
Right. And what else are the rest of you doing?
So I'm here now?
You are back.
What happened here?
Sola, where did you go?
Oh, great.
Puts
Some
that away.
What's happening?
dark, evil place, and then this creature was gonna kill me. I was paralyzed, and then someone hold, but it wasn't hold, and he kept calling me Piss Ant. Don't know what that was about.
Oh yeah, that guy.
But he
The-
saved
the
my
guy
life.
That you met, right, Eli?
Yeah. He's pretty funny.
I mean, I didn't quite think he was
I
funny,
heard-
but I
I
owe
heard
him a
that from the
debt.
perch.
He saved my life,
Me too.
and then we had a talk on a mountain, and he sent me back here.
He sent you.
It seemed like he activated the hopper, unless it was complete coincidence, but it didn't seem like that. But what happened? Why
Oh,
are there
there's
so
been,
many orcs? Dead orcs?
A little
Oh.
misunderstanding and we killed some.
Eli,
Yes.
Started.
Yes, it is all Eli's fault.
what happens? Was this Morthos' fault?
No. Nope.
Technically, it was
Good
my
job,
fault,
buddy.
really.
I'm
It's my
trying.
baldness for the reason we're here.
I know.
It's not.
So after I've made about 80 flowers, an absurd amount, I'm holding him all like this.
Sola.
I run over to Sola.
Watch out.
I
He's a little
run over to Sola and I go, "Oh, pretty mama, did it hurt?
Did what hurt?
Oh, when you fell from heaven, 'cause you're an angel." And I drop all these flowers at her feet.
They all land on my head. I kind of. Whoa!
Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm Yanni. What's your name?
Names. Why is that the first thing people always ask? What's your name?
Well, I could call you Pretty Mama if you want. That'll work.
If that is what you determine.
That's typically what you ask somebody when you meet them.
Yes,
Right?
but
What's he gonna ask?
why
Where'd you go
is
to
that
college?
the most important thing?
What is college?
What is I didn't
Hey, did you have a good relationship with your family? No, that's gonna be the first question.
No, how about
obviously.
what are you
He
doing
means Bardic
here?
College. It's a thing for bards.
What are you doing here? Why are you here?
I'm here to woo you off your feet. Do you want to go take a walk and get away from all this mess?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure now? And I'm like just flexing.
Pop.
And then as she's getting ready to say no again, I turn around
I
and
kinda
flex my
chuckled.
butt. Are you sure?
As he's flexing,
It's like right in my
you
face.
notice his purple skin tone is kind of periwinkle, royal purple,
I like pretty much.
and
That's a good color.
it
Good
is.
color. Great color.
He's a very muscular man. He does have a very obvious tattoo on his right arm
Oh.
with a large heart that says "Mom" in it. He has two massive hammers, which are currently slung from his belt,
Clearly compensating for something.
Clearly.
next to two large water canteens, which he kind of fiddles with from time to time, in kind of a bluish, weird material pants, as well as bluish, weird material jacket with cut-off sleeves and kind of looks like wool or some sort of fur that lines the inside.
This guy.
Well, how did you come to join our group?
Oh, I was fighting some trolls, winning, if you ask me. And then
We came in and saved his ass.
all of these guys came and helped me finish them off.
No, you should have seen him. He was a one-man army. He killed all of these people.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
It was a sight to behold. It was scary even.
Are you wingmanning him
So,
right now?
you gonna roll a deception check? Or?
I don't believe him anyways. It's okay.
You can roll insight with
Please
advantage.
Because you have it.
Oh, yeah,
It's your natural Kalashtar ability.
I'm only level 5. I gotta work with the whole progression of
No.
19. Oh, because I add stuff.
She can see right through your bullshit.
19.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
25.
I am nice, but
he was fighting trolls, and he was not winning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you there, Morthos. I appreciate the offer, Yanni, but I'm going to pass this time.
think about it. And
Oh,
I just
she
give
said
her some
this
points.
time.
This time. So there will be next time. I'll keep
You
I
trying.
may or may not pass next time. He reminds me of the guy in the library.
Oh, yes, that one.
That was creepy.
Oh, yeah.
By this time, you see the hobgoblin shifting uncomfortably,
I'm quite comfortable.
staring at you intently.
Why? What are you doing here? I recognize him, right?
Do you know this man?
He's got a thing for you, I think, even more than this guy.
He has been very adamant
I
about
think he-
finding you.
I think he was the one in the cave.
It is
You
not.
cannot be
I go over to
you
you.
have to be a
I'll
little
move you
more
next to me.
specific.
It is
The one
not an
where I
easy
was-
thing to meet your maker.
What?
Huh?
Wait.
What did he say?
What did he go back?
Kildrick just starts laughing at that line.
What are you
My
talking
maker
about?
or yours?
By your words, you are my maker. And finally, our fates have wound themselves into this one inseparable knot. Into this moment.
You know, he's really poetic for a hobgoblin.
I
Yeah,
think
right,
this
we
is
saw
the
this
one
together
that I was
sometime.
his
Who's
guide.
that?
Go figure.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the cave of you.
I want to saddle up next to him.
In the
We're both
cave
like,
where I mind linked them and I told them I was their gods to get them to change
You
sides.
think he still thinks you're his god?
Apparently his maker.
I think you may have me confused with someone else, sir.
I do not. Many weeks ago now, you and your companions entered the domain of Clan Mayakan in the Dripping Caves.
you did do that, yep.
I
I am your god!
Oh, why is he yelling?
Those words taunt me even now. You used your cunning mind speak to convince us you were our god, turning our clan on itself.
But in the meantime, also rescuing you from your slavers. You guys were oppressed. This was the only way to get you free from your oppression. Are you not better without them?
And so, my blade still drank the blood of my kin, until I too was felled. No, I would say I am not better off, for I have no name, I have no title, I have no clan, and my God has forsaken me. My spirit would not rest that day, charmed by false words. It had fallen not in honorable combat, but in disgrace. And I was only restored by a Nilbog who told me the truth. And Magubliet, in fiery anger, charged me with finding you, the defiler, before his voice fell silent to my prayers. Since then, I have been following you like a shadow. A few coins loosen the tongues of many a tavern dweller. Not that you have been so secretive of your undertakings. One day, I feared my quest was at an end in Waterdeep, when I heard of your demise beneath the waves of the harbor. And now I see that it cost you in more ways than one.
And he looks down at your missing sword hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has come to this, Sola, the Defiler. I am here to reclaim.
That's a great name for.
I am here to reclaim that which has been taken and restore my standing in the eyes of Magubliet or Maglubiet.
Pronunciation.
It's Magubliet. Yeah.
Do you, as a warrior, lay your pride on the line and accept my duel of honor and face your consequence?
Did I hear that
We're
right?
not gonna let you hurt Sola.
As soon as he says it, both swords come right out of Morthos' arms.
And lightning.
And he reaches his
You
guitar up.
travel.
It is your honor I challenge, Sola, not you, tiefling.
She
This
is
is-
a part of this team. You challenge her, you
So-
challenge us all.
But this is my
Command
battle.
to the bot.
I was the one who used
Thanks,
their
Ange.
god
Thanks, Ange.
to fight for us. Although it seemed like it was the right time, this is my responsibility. Although I suggest fair terms for this duel.
What are your terms?
A long rest.
I agree to
Let's get a good night's sleep.
Sleep on it. Feel the same way tomorrow.
The truth is, the meathead did not defeat these orcs by himself.
Who's the
Who's he
meathead?
calling me head?
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we already
that's-
decided.
I didn't say that. The trolls.
But
The goblin
why?
felled many of my brothers. But he is an honorable warrior. Unlike some of you.
I've already apologized.
You're still holding on to the death of your
Both have
family.
inspiration.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Inspiration.
Their bodies burn because of you.
What? Actually, you did start the fire on that one.
And you slit their throats. Anyway, rest. In the morning we will find Sorg and destroy him after you two have your little quarrel, your honor duel. Is it to the death? I
No.
hope so.
We can do it next.
You challenging me?
Not yet.
Ha! I like you, goblin.
So as Morthos stops whatever
That
he's
was great.
doing and comes to intervene,
Yeah,
I'll flap down. and reappear as he says, as we fight sword. And I'll say, well, if we're going to get sword, we've got to head in this direction. And I'll point this way. And I know that you've got crumbs.
That was my idea.
So let's go to sleep now. Because I'm also very tired. For some reason, my armpits are very sore. And good night. And I walk over towards Morthos and wait to see where he's going to bed.
Okay. It is about 10 o'clock at night. Actually, by this time, probably closer to 11 o'clock at night. As the bodies have been gathered, their corpses are being burned, the displacer beasts being burned. Unless anyone else wishes to do anything else, you can all take a long rest.
I would like to go through some of the stuff I got from the cave that I can't identify.
Okay.
And I reach into the bag and I pull out these 2 scrolls and Vinny's book. And I look at Wolfram, who's sauntering away. Hey, Wolfram, before you
Yes?
go to bed with Morthos.
I think you misspoke on that.
To each their own.
Yeah, I mean, he's following you for a reason, I figured. You guys aren't hitting it off?
What do you need from me, young man?
I have, well, thank you, you called me young. I have these 2 scrolls. I don't know what they say. They're not for me. Can you identify these things?
I'll take them. And it's going to take a few minutes, but I can gain the ability to do so. So I'll sit around the fire and do a ritual and read through.
Okay.
Once that, I don't know what you're going to do in the meantime.
You find, ultimately, there are 4 scrolls.
That's what I meant. Counting mats.
There are 4 scrolls that were all in the scroll tube.
Okay.
The first is one that you pretty quickly dismiss because it's of little use to you. It's a cantrip for the acid splash spell. And you don't really, by the way, need to identify these. You can read the arcane runes because of your training and because of your magical infusion by your patron. And so you're able to kind of discern what these are. The second is a scroll of levitation. The third is a scroll of knock. And the fourth is a scroll of phantom steed.
And I say, well, you've got a pretty good prize here. Yes, this is from the tube in the cave with the dragons, yes?
Yeah, the one you helped me find.
Yes. Well, this one here is it's an acid attack. It is not useful to me, and I never actually knew you could write these down on paper, but
Is it the counter?
it doesn't take much to cast these for sure. Yeah. Here, you see yourself. Can you read it?
I should be able to read it, correct? I believe this will work in my dagger, my sword.
Which one?
I don't know anything about your
That's
dagger.
true, you do not know. But you do
It's,
remember that
it's glowing.
fancy, that really nice
okay.
shop that we went to.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Fancy.
He told me that if I took
The one where Hold bought every cursed item in
yes,
there?
that
Man, he was unlucky and an idiot.
he
And a lot of flood and a lot of flies.
he told me that this sword could take 3 different spells inside of it,
Oh.
and I could cast them from the sword, and the sword would take on the property of that spell.
Ooh, acid,
So
yes.
it would take on.
That seems good for you.
Make sure you clean the blade off right away, though. It
Sure,
could eat
yeah,
through
it
that.
was my
yes.
target though.
Mhm.
I will put it inside the ogre mage
Okay.
sword.
And presumably over the course of your long rest, which you'll take in a bit, you do now have the ability to cast Acid Splash through your Ogre Mage blade.
It's cool.
And once you do so, the blade then does acid damage for the the duration.
Sick.
And there's 3 more. Levitation. You've seen that before, yes?
Yeah.
Knock. Very, very useful spell. And Phantom Steed, which I would like to read and keep for a while.
They do me no good.
Oh.
So
Okay.
unless, do you have any objections to that, Morthos?
No.
Sola?
Kildrick, you do kind of hear these
I can't-
spells
I don't
being
think I can
discussed, and
Question?
you are also able to, at the very least, utilize the levitation scroll as well as the knock scroll.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly the most imposing specimen, and anything else that you have could help me out a lot.
Oh, I only really need this one. You may use these, but remember, scrolls are one-time use.
So if you use it, you lose it.
Well, there are certain... Yes, you use it, you lose it.
Okay.
Well, hold on, I'll keep them safe for you. Well, for me.
For us,
For
you,
me.
us,
For me,
we.
these are mine now,
For
baby.
we.
And then,
Are we working as a team now?
we are. We kind of have to achieve our goals here. And you're useful.
Well, I thought we were, but now 2 of them are trying to kill each other.
Gofek, will you join us? Forever?
No!
Actually,
Oh.
what will you do?
We
when
seem to be
kill
getting
this
along.
I will dance upon his corpse and drink his blood.
dwarf? Maybe not want to do that part because he might infest people that way. I don't know.
Then I will piss upon him.
You could do that. Just don't get too close.
Slight chance for a UTI, but
Yeah.
anything else will be good.
Okay. So that's
Chance worth taking.
that's good. After that, you're okay. All right, that's fine. And while he's kind of doing that, I'm leafing through Vinny's book because I'm looking for that potion he was starting to see in the dark because Eli is tired of being utterly useless when it gets to 8 p.m.
Stupid human.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm leafing through in front of Wolfram. And do I find it?
You do.
Okay. I would like to take that, open my book, prick my palm, and write the potion down in my book.
So as you go through, you find the scrawlings of Vincent as he wrote down dark vision ingredients, which you know he had previously sought to put together and acquire for himself, nearly blinding himself in the process
Good times.
in not utilizing the full list of ingredients, but seeking to rush it in the hopes of his strong constitution overcoming, which, as I said, he failed to do. So Taylor Branson, the apothecary in Nightstone, gave Vincent this list. And the first ingredient is one that you had previously acquired in the Dripping Caves,
Okay.
which is Viper Glow Lichen, which you recall was the kind of the glowing lichen in the depths of the cave. You also need beehive husk, which is easy enough to acquire. You need garlic extract, which you should be able to obtain from some place that specializes in apothecary or maybe some accomplished chef or something like this. More difficult to find, however, the next 2 ingredients, yellow mountain flower and troll fat.
Is it a 5-ingredient mixture?
We just killed
For
some
the
trolls.
maximum potency and the maximum chance of succeeding in imbuing night vision to yourself, you would want all the ingredients.
Alright.
It is possible to acquire dark vision without all the ingredients. It just makes it a more difficult process.
Okay.
pure badass, you only use some of them.
And fail.
And if you're
As a hasty teenager,
an
that's what
unlucky
you do.
badass, you fail.
Exactly.
You can't just exchange
Cool.
one for
I'll help you find those because I need two.
Control fat.
What do you need
cow
two of them
fat.
for?
No, you need one,
What's
and I
the
need one.
difference?
That makes two.
Gives you nearsight vision.
Dark.
Oh, you need dark vision. as
Yeah,
well.
I can't see anything. That's why I got this this orb globe thing.
Glorb.
Yeah,
Glorb.
that's right. I saw the glorb. It,
Yeah.
it lights up. It's
Yeah.
useful for us because we're blind.
Blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm
I mean,
gonna
I had one.
put the book,
They
Vincent's
sold
book, back. I'll probably read through, look at some of his childlike drawings and scribblings, and laugh, fool. And then I'm gonna put it back.
Okay.
Kildred sort of whispers over to Yanni just real quickly. He goes like, "Hey, so you're really trying to get with her?
Oh man, she's pretty, isn't
Now
she?
listen, the way you gotta do it is you gotta write her a song.
Write her a song. I can't write her.
I can help you.
Can you?
Let me work on something.
I like this idea, and I'll even throw a dang it smooth in.
You can say you wrote it. You can say you wrote it.
You'll give me credit. Oh, I like this guy. And I whip out some water,
I just think
and I give him a strong drink again.
we make it like a
Wait.
pair, the biggest and the smallest. You know, I just
I like it.
if you could just make
I
me
like
some of that water.
Oh, I got
just
you.
Whenever I need it. Whenever
Well,
I
I
want
don't know about that. It's pretty strong. You got a little
it.
silly last time.
It's not that strong. I'm a dwarf.
Well, I'll.
Okay, send me some now.
Okay. And he instantly passes out.
All right.
I
so
pick him up in my arm like this, and then we go over to sleep. He's like my little.
And you're like, look how caring I
Look
am,
how-
Sola.
Yeah, Sola.
I'm a great father figure.
all right. Is anyone else doing anything before bed?
I would like to, as I'm carrying him over, I grab my globe out again, and I say, "Anybody want to hear a story? I'm gonna read him a nighttime story from my book." And I don't expect anybody to want to do.
Yeah, I'll listen.
You want to listen in? There's some really good stories in here.
Uh-huh.
And so I set him down like next.
Just drop him down.
Still passed out. And I take out my book, The Original Tales of Grimm, which has all kinds of stories in it that my mom had given me. And I said this is a very special book, and it's got all kinds of really good tales in it. No, easy. It's fragile. It's very, very old.
It's a fairy tale book.
No, that's what you think. Did you know that fairy tales are true?
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Please show the pictures when you read it.
Oh, I will. Oh, those are my favorite part.
Oh, you're in Nameless?
All right, so
I like stories.
I take out this book and I open it and I go and I'm going to look at the story of essentially Hansel and Gretel, the one that we just came from. And I'll as I get there, I go, whoa, what? Did you touch my book? Did you touch my book?
I thought you were stumbling over that long word.
No. It's different. And I flip through the story and I go back and this story is not what it used to be. And I say, Eli, look at this.
Yeah.
And I start reading the story, and it's the story about how kids are led to the witch's house and the witch cooks them. But as I'm reading it, the words start to change and the pictures start to change. And what we now see in the picture is Gamgam's house. And the story changes.
Yeah, that is different.
Right? Look, and the next page it looks and it just relays the story that Gamgam told us of her being reformed, and she didn't actually eat any children, but she sent them off to her sister, and she alienated herself from the sister, and you now see forms and people that look like our party in the house as well. You see that too, right? That looks like little orc dude over there, goblin dude, sorry. And there's the little bird man. You see that?
That's
see
you.
that? That's oh yeah, look at that strong dude right there. That's me.
Can I gently look at that book?
Uh,
I'll let you hold mine.
My mama gave me this book.
This book has been with me for 322 years.
Okay. Tradesies?
Tradesies.
Tradesies?
You fold, close
Yeah,
yours,
very carefully.
and I'll let you look at mine then.
Okay.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah. I just want to inspect the spine and like any forward or something in that, just kind of.
Roll an investigation check.
As Yanni is quite unhappy with his trade, as
Yeah,
he
I'm
doesn't
like,
have any
what's
pictures.
in there? There's nothing on this.
As you are reading, you are overwhelmed with a sudden sense of how tired you are. And while the book is certainly enchanted somehow, you just kind of feel like this is not worth my time.
I don't know. I'm tired. I can't think right now. We got a big morning. We got to go kill Skorg. So let's look at that some other time.
And there's something else on your mind as you begin to think about going to bed.
Does anybody else want to hear another story?
I don't want to kiss a minotaur.
And so I'm going to be taken back a little bit by this and say, that's enough stories for tonight. And I take my glove and the light goes out. And then I go and walk off by myself to look at my book some more. As I'm looking at my book, which I go to probably my favorite story in the entire book, which is called The Sorcerer's Apprentice. And it's all about this young apprentice who borrowed a magical artifact from a powerful sorcerer, a storm sorcerer. And in this story, the apprentice is able to control the power at first, but eventually it overwhelms him. There's like mops that are doing the chores for him, and then the water spills everywhere and it's filling up the room, and then the mops are dancing, but then they're not. They're breaking things, and it just overcomes the apprentice. And this one was always comforting because as being a storm giant, Yanni relates to this type of magic a little bit in this story. Then the storm sorcerer comes in and saves the day, just like Yanni's dad always used to do. And but as he gets to this story, this story has changed as well. And so he starts to read it, and the apprentice, instead of him borrowing this artifact, there's a shadow figure who has stolen the artifact. And as he's reading and reading, and the pictures have changed, this shadow figure is trying to take control of the storm power and get rid of the storm sorcerer and become that himself. And what's weird, out of the biggest oddity out of all of this, is again he sees all of you in the book. He sees figure, the young apprentice has now become and looks just like I do. And then for the first time, he sees this young, radiant, beautiful female monk. And he can only imagine that this is Sola. Not only does her picture make my heart flutter a little bit again, but the light emanating from her is crucial in taking down this shadow figure. And the story goes on, but it doesn't have quite an ending that is written anymore. And then as he sees that, he closes his book and falls asleep.
That's cool. That's Jake saying that. That's cool. I like that.
All right. Excellent. Any other conversations for the evening? Or anything else that you wish to do? So as you all take your long rest, you wake up the next morning, having refreshed your strength and stamina Sola, as you awake at the crack of dawn with the rising sun, as is your custom, you open your eyes, and there, standing about 20 feet away, with his sword out, is Nameless, who is just watching you, waiting for you to arise.
My eyes flutter open. Hobgoblin, will this battle quench your desire? Like, what will it do for you?
We shall see when it concludes. But this
Is
is the only course.
but revenge isn't the only answer.
This is not revenge. This is to restore what was lost, what was taken through treachery.
Here, drink this.
Be serious, bro.
You're gonna want to watch this.
I'm sorry. I thought we were doing the right thing, but I could see it has caused you grief. I will honor this duel.
Where is your weapon?
I kind of do a little monkish, one-handed, and a little bolt comes out, like a little glowing ball comes out of my hands. This is the only weapon I require and can use.
To be fair. To be honest.
Why are you fighting?
That we will stand on common ground.
I don't know.
And I take my sword and I sheath it, and I say a couple of words silently, and I lean it against the nearest hut or tent.
If this is what you believe will help you, then okay.
So you each square off,
Kick his ass.
and I need you to roll initiative.
Well, he's
Morthos,
a little
are
higher
we
than
letting
me.
this happen?
Oh yeah.
So let me know if you need backup.
Trust me. Do not get out of hand.
All right.
One way or another.
Okay.
Use those beautiful muscles.
So, Sola, what was your initiative?
16.
And Nameless, what is your initiative?
22.
Oh.
I know, this will be fun.
All
Roll a
right.
different pair of dice.
Nameless, FKA, Vincent.
Yes, keep that.
Formerly known as.
All right. So, Sola is standing there prepared to engage with you, her right hand missing, the radiant energy beginning to grow around her, and you don't wait, you immediately move to engage.
I rush in and take a quick left jab and a right cross.
Okay, roll your attacks.
We add just strength to that.
Strength, yep.
24 and a 13.
One hit.
Okay, roll your damage, which is your
Is it 1
basically
plus
just
strength?
it's just your strength. Your strength modifier
4.
4, so you take 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage.
You're not proficient with unarmed strikes, so it's just your strength modifier.
You're really slapping her. Yeah.
I'm not.
And,
And so, as he rushes forward, he moves with a speed you don't expect, Sola, and he immediately just jabs you right in the face. Poof! And he follows through with a left-hand strike, which you're easily able to dodge, having been jolted by the first blow. You are now up.
Okay. Gonna unarmed strike him. Going for, since I just recently dodged, I'm gonna go for a low kick across his abdomen, kind of.
Okay?
I dropped that dice.
Can-
Good dice.
Can we interrupt at all? Maybe. I was gonna say the minute that she gets hit, I would want to run in.
That one's a 12.
As you do so, Eli holds you back.
I hug your leg.
This huge giant just.
I'm gonna go for my second unarmed strike.
What was the first one?
It was a 12.
A 12, okay. Second?
Good.
18, 19,
That's it.
26.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a stunning strike.
Oh no.
Okay, so the first one is you punch and you just pung off of the splint armor that is surrounding his ribs. The second one, you kind of use the momentum and come back with your fist now and jab it into the side of his knee where you know Glow showed you is one of the pressure points. You firmly strike and
Savage attack strike.
you need to roll a Constitution save.
9. Stop rolling that dice!
Crit.
Crit. And so as you feel your leg go numb for a second, you fight through the pain. You take 9 damage, but you resist the stunning strike.
Dang it. That was my only way to beat you, man.
Do you still have a bonus action attack if you care to use it?
Oh, I do. Yeah, of course.
Right to the goblinoids.
15?
Nope.
And again, you go to punch, and you don't find any room through his splint armor as he now winds up to retaliate.
I will. Bonus action, fighting spirit. Although I don't get the advantage, I get the 5 hit points. Correct.
You get the temporary hit points. You still get advantage, right?
It would be a weapon attack. Yeah, I'm not holding a weapon.
That's true.
Can I use cutting words on him?
I like it.
You can.
Let me use that.
Okay. Wait for him to
Advantage to
attack.
Sola.
Hey, thanks.
And I.
Wait, is that an inspiration or his advantage?
Advantage. Just an
In
advantage.
the chat.
Thank you.
And I will use my inspiration from previously.
Okay.
Attack.
So you have advantage on your attack.
Mhm.
First attack.
And this will be it will be like a right elbow.
Okay.
That will be 23, I believe.
Hit.
So it was another 4.
Yep.
Mhm.
And second attack be 22.
What's your strength modifier?
Use it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Your strength is +5, yes?
It's this one says +7 on your unarmed strikes.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess
So
you're
21.
okay. 21. And
It's
as
in it.
you hit the first with the elbow, there you hear the crunch of her teeth as they clench together under the weight of your elbow. You go to come back with the left hand as you kind of cross, and you hear Kildrick kind of speak up.
You hit like a girl. No offense, Sola.
And I get a disadvantage.
Roll a d6, please.
4.
4. So it is 21 minus 4, which is 17. Does that hit?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So as you hear that, you swing wide and you miss. Angered by the taunts of Kildrick,
He hides behind Yanni after
but
that.
continuing to focus intently on your quarry. Sola, you're up.
Wait. He missed.
The second one.
Second one.
So I get 4 back. Okay.
Well, I get
Yeah,
2
you should be at 29 of 37 right now.
29.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he hit the last time, so I took it off. So. Okay. We don't have to fight, you know.
Yes, you do.
Uppercut.
Kick his ass.
Hadouken!
20.
20?
Oh, 20 hits.
Gonna use yeah, stunning strike again.
Shut up over there.
All right.
I'm obviously gonna do it,
I'm
man.
gonna throw my pointy dice at you. These useless D4s.
9 damage
Okay.
and wisdom throw.
Oh wait, where's the?
No, use
Double
the bad
crit.
dice.
Is it wisdom? It is
Yeah.
wisdom. Okay.
He fails.
Oh, hang on, I didn't have my modifier yet. That's a 12.
He fails.
And so as he swings wide with his elbow, you take that opportunity to say, "We don't
Right
need
in
to
the
fight, you know." right
Why do you
in,
have to hit
right
me
in the
after saying that?
goblinoids. And,
You're welcome.
and he's
That's
Dishonor on your cow!
Not my goblin hearts.
The high voice was the best.
He is stunned, and you now have advantage
he
on
is.
your next attack.
2.
Yeah.
And you have an advantage from the chat.
17?
The 17 hit.
English
shall become
17
The
hits.
English shall become madness.
8.
It's a good one.
8
does not.
damage.
No,
Oh,
8 hit. 8 damage.
Oh, okay.
And then the next one.
And then this is my third one. 14 plus 8, which is going to hit.
Okay, 22 hits, and the damage.
Savage attacker.
I always knew she was a ball buster. I
7.
didn't know that much though.
And then
7.
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows.
Atta girl.
Okay, so you get one more attack then.
I thought I got 2.
Well, you used your bonus action attack already, so
Oh, okay.
unless I'm reading it wrong,
So,
I think it's if you use it's only one. It's 2 additional
20.
attacks when you do your own attack that hits. What your damage?
yeah, 6.
And 6. All right.
So only Flurry of Blows only gets me 1.
It's only one
I should've-
additional attack, I believe.
So wait, did it hit me?
Yeah, it did hit you.
It hit
For
you
For
for
another
6.
6 damage.
Okay. Nameless, you are stunned through your round, and it is Solar's turn again. You have.
I knew you were evil.
She's pretty amazing.
2 more attacks. At the end of your turn,
He gets
he
unstunned.
will be unstunned.
18.
Hits.
Savage attacker. Oh my goodness, going in dice jail. 7.
7 damage.
This is my second attack.
Yep.
15 plus 8.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
This one's with Savage Attacker.
Is that
Well, you
it?
just used Savage Attacker, right?
I meant Stunning Strike.
Oh, you're using Stunning Strike. Roll Wisdom save again.
No, I feel like
That's a 6!
it's cocked.
That is not cocked!
We'll get-
Adam, get over here!
I'll give it to you. Holy crap. It's just more fierce and light.
Get the hell out of here!
It's like deflecting trying to grab the dice. No, Morphos, get in here. He's like, yeah, I see it from here.
She's method acting right now.
8.
8 damage. All right.
And
You
then
have
my bonus
bonus
attack.
action attack.
Oh my gosh.
I can't stop hitting you. This is hilarious.
And this one, instead, I'm gonna kind of throat grab him and kind of push him to the ground and be like,
Okay.
That's smart.
So he's
"You're
kind of,
finished."
he's kind of stunned like this.
on the
And-
ground?
No, like just stunned, can't move, and you're just wailing on him. And you go to grab his throat and kind of trip him to his back.
Yes, and I'm just gonna, well, as he's on the ground, I'm gonna kind of kneel next to him and be like, "You're finished. This fight is over."
Finish him.
Roll your attack.
Oh, I don't want to kill him.
Oh,
Roll
you
your
still
attack.
gotta
Oh,
do
okay.
it.
Take his head off.
This one's a 12.
That does not hit.
It does not hit.
And so as you
But
go
he's still
to
stunned for my
as-
next round.
as you go to grab
Try
him,
it again.
you go to grab him, and you don't really want to hurt him, and so you
Mhm.
kind of pull your punch a little bit, and you go to put kind of strong. Your turn goes through because you're still stunned, and you get 2 more attacks.
Oh my goodness.
Ah,
Are you
well,
trying to
it's
put
a
him on the
14.
ground again?
22?
22 hits. Roll your damage.
I won't kill him, right?
Your
I will not kill him.
roll your damage.
8.
Okay, 8 damage.
I am down.
And as you
Goodness.
focus
Oh
yourself
my goodness.
and you kind of grab him by the throat and throat slam him, he kind of lands on his back, and there's a muffled because his body is tense, and the tension ebbs out of his body as his hands kind of relax, and you begin to just berate him. We don't need to do this. Stop fighting. I need you to roll a death save.
No, Wolfram will come up.
This fight is
Immediately.
over.
Even if she said she's not trying to kill me? It's not
No,
a
he
killing
didn't.
blow?
You're knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wolfram will walk up slowly with his cane as this is happening.
Also, I'm not yelling that this fight is over.
Step
I'm
away!
quite quiet.
Step away, Sola. You have proven yourself. And
Yanni, give her
Wolfram
some
will
water.
lay his hand on the hobgoblin's forehead as purple, dark energy comes out of his hand and kind of jolts him like a surge.
Okay. And he is fully
Spare the
stabilized,
die, yeah.
and his body is just there, kind of unconscious, battered and bludgeoned, and goblin-adless. And
I'm cheering, Sola, Sola, she's our girl, she can't do it none. That doesn't rhyme. Go
I'm
for
just
it.
kind of
Yeah.
standing quietly,
Siwa, I need your help.
quietly and peacefully, like kind of 3 feet back from this hobgoblin.
okay. Is anyone else doing anything?
I just sort of look at Yanni and I'm like, you sure you wanna? I mean, I'm not
Do you
judging
see
you,
how
but
fiercely beautiful she is?
Okay,
Ah.
Bard, bring him back. This is settled.
bring
I
who
don't
back?
know why we don't just leave him there.
Victory drinks for everybody.
kill
And
someone.
water.
This was a
Water.
battle
Did
of
you hear what he said?
He was trying to kill her.
This was a battle of honor, no more, no less. We shall not rub this defeat in his face. We shall not. We will resurrect him and then be done with this for good.
By way of reminder, the chat can all purchase healing for Nicholas
Should have done this
for
before
1,000
the
bits.
rest.
I didn't even use my
Healing
advantage.
potions dropping in the battle.
Actually,
Oh, I have it.
do we have any healing
We do.
potions?
I used one last.
Can I
used
check my
mine.
bandolier and do I have any?
Oh, right. I have 2.
Oops, they slipped.
Pour one out for my homie.
Are you going to heal him?
I'm gonna heal him.
You're casting Cure Wounds, I presume.
Cure wounds, the more efficient one.
They are. As you go up to him and you kind of put your hand on his chest and begin to sing a song.
Okay.
Although, what do we even know about it?
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
And so your eyes open to this jolt of energy as Kildrick is kind of kneeling over you, singing a song with his hand out on your chest, and you feel the strength returning to your very sore form. Roll 1d8 plus 5, please. Unless that was at second level.
That was no. I don't care about it to do second.
Okay, 1d8 plus 5 then.
Okay. 1d8 plus 5. 7.
7. That's with the plus 5.
Yeah.
You're all the-
All right, so you get 7 points of healing back.
Get on your feet.
And as your eyes open, Kildrick sings to you and kind of gives you a little smile, steps back, and you immediately find Sola, who is standing about 3 feet back, just kind of shaking her head and kind of shrugging her shoulders at you.
So I limp over to her and I tell her,
I hold an attack action and punch her in the. No, I'm kidding.
you have fought with
Stare.
honor and you have proved yourself. Now, I am to swear fealty to you. And I bow.
Don't you wish to be free? Free of this burden of serving others?
That is not for me to decide now.
When will it be for you to decide?
And I don't answer.
Well, you have fought honorably, and I will agree to you helping out this team, but whenever you wish to go your own separate ways, you have my blessing and be released.
What will you call me? As I have said,
You have no
Madness.
name.
that is in the past.
I will name you Jaga, because In Elvish, it means guard and sentry, and you will guard over this, our friends, this group. And you are the guard of your own life as well.
Can you spell that?
Jaga.
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 In
I don't
turn,
know if that's how you pronounce it.
It is now. That's what it is.
Jaga. I just sounded.
It's like yogging.
I like Yaga.
Yaga.
in turn, now Jaga will take his Tonto and cut his arm and press his opposite hand into the wound.
I see this is all 7 hit points.
Yeah. And I die of blood loss. And with the spilling of my blood, I swear, from this day forth, I will be your sword arm. And I press my bloody hand into her stump.
You realize there's piles of blood all around the floor around you.
That is from my
When
nose.
she beat you almost to death.
That is orc blood.
I thank you. I appreciate your sacrifice.
I want to go over and
You
shake
like-
his
you-
hand.
Feeling-
Want any of this blood?
Feeling.
We're going to go over and shake his hand. Like, well, you're part of the team. Put it there.
I
Shake-
bow.
I want to shake your. Then I slap him on the shoulder.
On the hurt shoulder.
Yep.
Ow, my wound.
Help.
And as you do so, you taste the gritty, iron-laden goblin blood. It's a little bit. There's a little bit of a sour taste to it, but you now know that you would be able to track him pretty easily.
Feeling.
All right, Jaga.
Jaga. Feeling that there's some kind of weird chemistry going on over there, I sprint and I stiff arm Jaga out of the push him on the ground as far as I can away, and be like, "Good job, Sola!" And I give her a hug. Way to go! Throw her up in the air. Yeah, you are amazing.
Thank you. I was trained by a good master.
Way to beat that scumbag down a little bit.
He is part of our team. Those names will no longer be tolerated.
And you saw what she did. Don't mess with her, man.
And a hard steel of fiery light gets in my eye.
I just go, "Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Whatever you say." Here's a flower.
I now have 2 followers.
Okay. Well,
One of them will come to Sola and say, "Sola, you have given meaning to a name. I am confused. This was very important to you, wasn't it?"
All names should have meaning and show your purpose in life. Don't you agree? Names are what you are called. They are your identity as a name. Why have your identity be meaningless?
Well, many things are meaningless.
Yes, but why have one more thing be meaningless?
You have certainly grown in the past few months.
My friend Hold and I have taken a long journey together and have learned many things.
Speaking of hold, you immediately remember.
I was just about to go to Eli. Eli and Morthos, may I pull you aside for a second?
anything for you.
And
Why
I
should we
kinda-
go with the other guys?
I'm gonna just have these 3 because they're the ones who know Hold.
Gofek has gathered he's kind of put his mother in her quarters, and he and the 2 remaining orcs are kind of sharpening their weapons and looking at you all intently, ready to go hunting.
Eli, Morthos, when I was with the other Hold-like creature, he gave me the helm and the gauntlet that Hold had and told him that I was the one who was supposed to finish the task with your help. He said that you already had the hopper?
Yeah, it's in my book now.
It's in your book.
Yeah.
Are we able to put the helm and gauntlet in your book along with it?
No, but I do have a bag of holding. You can do that.
That would perhaps be smart.
Open it up. Kobe it on in.
Baller!
Mambo! Swish.
Yes. It seems though we are missing our friends. Our path has not really changed. seems like there are other forces
It
pushing
does.
us in a direction.
Yeah. Yeah, that dream I've been having. I don't know.
The dream.
I think it's something to the north. Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Is that why you were standing in the rain?
Well, you know, if you can't appreciate a good rain, what are you doing with your life?
For some reason I don't believe you, but we'll let it be.
For now, we have to go kill Skorg.
And then
I don't know
after
his name.
Skorg, head north. Continue on that quest.
I would like to.
I feel like that is the
Morthos.
most wise.
I do not want to go north.
Why?
I just don't.
Wait,
We've left too many things undone as it is.
shouldn't we head to Neverwinter since we know that they're the next people of attack? Shouldn't we warn their head village? We're part of the Grey Hands. We have some ranking there.
What about Waterdeep? There are still children dying in
There-
Waterdeep that we are the cause of.
There is, but I don't know what we can do in Waterdeep if we can't track the enemy. However, we know Neverwinter is going to be attacked. We don't know when, but perhaps we can prepare the Griffin Cavalry. And if they have a stone like Waterdeep had to scare away the dragon, perhaps ready that.
Got a healing potion and DM got advantage. Chip.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel a
bitterly.
healing potion in my vicinity.
Who,
Morthos took it last night.
Oh, I thought you were
Wolfram
talking
saw
shit.
him take it from somebody's cabin.
Wolfram did see him take it off of one of the dead bodies. That's a good way to do it.
Shut your
So
mouth,
Wolfram,
Chip.
you have a third minor healing potion.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Hey,
And before you continue, we want to just say thank you, of course, to all of you who are giving advantage and thankfully no disadvantages yet, and healing potions. So we're going to do our next giveaway.
yay!
And we are going to give away...
Technically, we had 3 subs.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One to the Loot Die
One.
Repeat Bot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ange.
I think she gave another one.
And
didn't
she gave another one
Yeah.
to Beloved 62.
And she
You're our favorite.
Angie's the MVP.
Yep.
Well,
So,
thank you.
Yeah, we had 3.
All right, come on. And I'm adding this guy to the,
Well,
the
thank
platform.
you.
Well, right now we're going to give away the Naga
I
then.
got so excited.
And so I'm going to
Oh my god.
run an ad again just because I don't know if it actually does anything.
Wait, we have to come up
Wait.
with our own for the subscribers.
So we're going to
Pumpkin
do...
season.
We're going to do a
Oh, no.
30-second ad, and at the end of that, we will give this away. So if you have friends you want to get in, you got about 30 seconds to tell them, quick, get on Twitch. And we're going to give away this very cool Guilt Spur Naga, which can be used to be a good or
name's Death
evil
Bread.
entity.
Yes.
So we're going to run that ad, and as soon as we come back, we're going to give this guy away.
Give me a countdown so we can start
Oh,
our
dude,
ad.
Scott toilet paper is way better than Charmin.
Well, listen, we're
It's
not talking
not
about
as-
that.
it's
We're
not
on.
as soft.
We're on to.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go for it.
Wait, what are you gonna talk about?
Have you ever been strolling through the woods and happened upon a hut with a mysteriously beautiful older woman? The secret to her beauty is our natural brand of dentures. You should check them out. You can get those pearly whites from your youth at any age.
Games.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, I think we got like 5 seconds left, and
So we covered toilet paper and dentures.
we got
What's next?
Probably
Adult
some.
diaper should be next.
I was thinking about that one.
So fun.
All right, well, we're back. And so now we are going to give this Naga away. Type in ampersand.
What's that?
That's the little,
That's
the little
and
thing above
sign.
the 7.
That's the ship
The
7.
and sign. Ampersand honor. HONOR. Ampersand honor. HONOR. And we're going to give this Naga away.
Sure it's
You learn
it's not
something new every
pronounced
day.
Honor.
Honor. Honor. HONOR. And so you can
Ampersand.
Shift 7.
shift 7 honor. All right, so type in ampersand honor. We're going to give this Naga away. And
What is a naga, Matthew?
a naga
Yeah.
is a
Jafar when he turns
essentially a
into
giant snake creature with a human face.
Oh.
And they are both good and evil. It depends on the type of entity that formed them, and they are very, very hard to kill because they keep coming back unless they're...
Didn't we fight a naga?
You have
Two.
not fought a naga
come
yet.
back with 2 heads.
Naga.
No.
That'd be
Naga.
cool. Hydra is
Hydra,
that, but
yeah.
yeah, not naga. So this is a naga, and we're going to give that one away. All right, next on deck is going to be the glass golem, which we'll give away in a little bit, and then the stone giant. So stick around, you can still win
Ooh,
those
that
two.
stone giant.
And we're going to take these guys off. As you now have another potion. I don't know if you care to give that to anyone. And I also have...
Ow!
I also have...
My face and
I also
neck
have
and groin. Will someone rub it on my groin?
I have to beat people into submission.
I also have this advantage.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And
I like it.
and you guys now
Yeah.
any further conversation
Yeah,
you
it
wish
cuts,
to have.
It cuts back to Yanni while his soul is away, and Childrick's going, listen, I wrote you a song while she was kicking ass over there. And it's just, all you gotta do is get my guitar and just say, she's got eyes of the bluest skies as if they thought of rain. Just do that. Just compliment her eyes.
Okay.
Tell her she's beautiful.
Something about Oz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then give me water. That's very
And
important.
what? Water. Okay.
Does
Okay.
this count as
So-
a short rest?
Well, you guys are just taking a long rest.
As he,
We wake up from a long rest to rest.
well, I need to. So I go over
use
to
a short
the.
If
rest.
there's
Yeah, me too. I
if
can
there's
really-
additional preparation you wish to make,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
can do so.
So I have
During
to
this
go.
time, short rest.
So I go over to the orcs and I say,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, Gofik, do you have anything of the Sorg? Do you have anything of his? Because if you do, it'd be really helpful in us finding him."
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Childrick's just been chilling this whole time.
I short rested. I didn't do any hit dice. I just refreshed my key points.
17.
'Cause I'm only at
17.
29, so I should be
Thanks.
You're welcome. Stone strike. I
Yes.
love it, man.
I burned most of that filth's belongings. But he did have this box.
Is it a Am I collecting music boxes?
We could not open it,
That hurts Pandora's
so
box.
if it will help find him, you may have it.
Oh, it will. And then I take it. Can I?
And as you look
inspect
at it,
Yeah,
it is about 7 to 8 inches in length and about 4 to 5 inches in depth. It's a very ornate carved box. There doesn't seem to be any opening on it, but it clearly is hinged in the back.
Okay.
So there's no way to really open it, but he said it belonged to him.
Okay. I would try to open it.
Go ahead and roll a strength. This, yeah, athletics check.
Athletics.
Do we want to use the knock spell?
There would be a 23.
So you get your fingers firmly planted on the kind of the gap through it, and you pry it, and you feel it begin to sunder and break under your hands.
Chip one again.
Rigged cough.
And then as it is beginning to kind of crumble, there's a of magical force, and it resists your strength.
I've got
So
a
it just closes.
I've been holding on to this spell for quite some time. We can use it.
Wait, the one I just gave you yesterday?
So it
It
closes.
feels like a long
So
time.
It-
to me.
it- yeah,
It
you
just
are-
snaps.
You are unable to open it as it just.
Wait,
Okay.
Here, use
wait,
this.
wait,
So-
wait,
so-
wait, wait. Why don't we take out Sorg first and see if he has an apparatus to open it instead
Okay.
of wasting that very
But
Yeah,
special
I'm not.
I've got
I
the
just.
means right now.
I just did it like instantly. So then I take it over and I tune the bread, take the breadcrumbs out, and I tune the breadcrumbs to it.
Okay, so
Which-
that's what you do. Part of the short rest
Yeah.
is you attune the breadcrumbs to the box. Are you rolling hit dice,
I did like,
Yaga?
I did 5 of them, so I'm up to
Jaga?
44.
Okay, very good. So you've rolled your hit dice. Anyone else doing anything through that short rest?
Well, after I suggest that he doesn't use that knock scroll,
Yes, I can't use it for the exact purpose you gave me it.
I'll head over to Sola and say, Sola, you were gone for quite a while.
Look at this.
I was indeed.
Can you describe? I was listening as my raven, which you may not have ever seen before, but can you describe again where you were?
Well, first I was in this. It looked like this normal world, but everything was shadowed and a little grayed out and a little blurry, like the world with no light, with no hope. And then this giant metal rock creature transported me and saved my life from a night stalker to this tall mountain that I couldn't see the bottom, but I was at the very top.
A night stalker?
A night walker, a night stalker. It was this gray shadow that made me paralyzed.
Do I recognize his description, her description?
You do.
And do I recognize her description of the night walker?
Roll a history check
I think they were night walkers.
with advantage.
13.
You immediately recognize the description of the Shadowfell, the realm of, well, your patron. And you also recognize the description of a deeply evil entity known as a Nightwalker. However, they aren't native to the Shadowfell. They are native to the negative plane, which is an exceedingly evil, dark space, which has connections to the abyss, and is essentially whereas the material plane has a innate connection to both the Feywild and the Shadowfell,
Okay.
the Shadowfell has an innate connection to the negative plane. And it's like the darker version of the Shadowfell.
Okay.
And so the Shadowfell is kind of a inverse, so to speak, kind of the upside down, if you will, of the material plane. The negative plane is just pure death and chaos. And Nightwalkers they're exceedingly evil creatures that only exist to bring death.
This night walker, it doesn't make any sense to me. You were in the Shadowfell, of which I have also seen. But I have never seen a night walker. They are not from that world.
Well, it seemed like he was stepping out of this even darker portal, or
The negative plane. That's where they're from.
perhaps it was all gray and black, but
You-
then there was this hole that was even a deeper black,
This was a dream.
and I saw him come out. It was, believe me, I wish it were a dream, but I cannot get the image out of my head. He struck me, and I couldn't move. I was as good as dead until he came.
So it has begun.
What has begun?
My patron has been fearing a takeover, an attack. Not only is it happening here on the material plane, something is taking place across the Shadowfell. That's why I'm helping all of you to stop it all. No one else knows that.
I will keep your secret.
Are you trying
It's not a secret.
You're not. Are you trying to keep this conversation a secret? I'm presuming everyone's kind
No.
of listening in.
No. But I still say, no one knows that. As I look at each of them.
As we're all standing watching.
So you are from the Shadow Fae?
Ah, the shadow fell.
Fell? You're from the Shadow Fell?
I'm not. No, I'm a shifter. Hello. Don't you see my nose? Weird shape.
I just thought you were
Ears
born like
back.
that.
Well, yes, I was born like that.
I have not seen you shift into any other shapes.
No. Rarely do I. But when we are in need, I will help with it. What was the question again?
I don't recall.
Let's get on
elaborate.
with this. You dilly-dally too long, you talk.
Oh, we have a mission. We'll talk later.
So
Let's
we
get
shall.
Sog.
So what time is it?
Is it attuned?
He is quite
Yeah.
fun to
Your
listen
short
to.
rest has come to an end.
See, we rest
You
after we
throw
rest.
Yeah.
the crumbs in the air, and they immediately line up straight through the wall of the stockade, heading in a northwesterly direction.
It's you all see the breadcrumbs. We're gonna follow them, but we gotta obviously go outside of the camp here and
Oh,
then
Do we
through the
really?
You
woods.
don't want to try to run.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to try to jump over a wall, it didn't work out for me.
Hey,
but
I have a great idea. Why don't you run 120 feet ahead each time?
I could probably do that.
You should do that again.
I will lead the way,
Don't do that.
but I
again.
won't go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
that's
go too far.
that was what's his face's fault because he smashed me with the thing, and I
well,
was
you know,
like,
yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it
Wolfram
works.
shakes his head and turns into the raven and
yeah. So
flies
we're
in the
just can we
direction
just
Okay.
of the
And so the
hey orcs, come on.
the breadcrumbs fly forth in about 30-foot increments. And so as he goes, he's kind of constantly, and they never run out. It's a constant supply, but he's kind of, as you go,
Every now and then I
Sourdough?
throw them at Morthos
sourdough or rye?
just to mess with them.
French sourdough
Kaiser.
rye. What's Kaiser rolls?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look behind us.
whole roll.
Is there a trail of breadcrumbs leading to our position?
as you follow the breadcrumbs, they actually dissolve behind you. With
Oh,
each new throw, the ones behind
So
disappear.
we're not leaving a clear trail to us.
Good question.
We've never been worried about that before.
Apparently not.
So you continue
Already knew.
on.
Already
You
knew.
continue on. How are you seeking to go forth? Speedily, stealthily, normal pace.
I
I'm
Any
gonna say speedily at first and then stealthily.
what?
Let's go for it. You know
He-
this. What you know this guy is? What is he? Is he smart? Can we sneak up on him? What's the deal?
Good question.
Nice.
I know Sorg. I don't know whatever he is now.
I rolled a history on him, right?
History
on.
Sword.
No, I rolled it on what he turned him into. Forget it.
Let's keep following your magical bread.
Okay.
I will perch on Eli's shoulder.
Okay, you perch in so you continue along.
If this creature is
Am I
smart enough to impersonate Sorg or infect Sorg, then it must be cunning.
So maybe we should sneak up.
Well, we don't know how
we
far
don't know
away
how
we are.
far he is, though. We could be sneaking for days.
Don't
Wolfram.
forget, he is,
Can we do get
he is
help
now half a day ahead.
with the orcs?
Is
And
what's
the-
his name
If
still
we do
with
not
us?
run, we will never catch him, most likely.
The raven turns his head towards you.
Can you scout ahead? We're following north, south that way. South, obviously.
She points in the direction you're going and says south when it's clearly to the northwest.
Yes. Can you follow?
I just go. Oh, honey. Bless your heart.
Can you continue down that way and see where he's at, and then we can know when we need to start sneaking. Scout ahead.
So the breadcrumbs have been in a decently straight line for a while, right?
It's
Yeah, do they-
it's
The most direct path.
it's the most direct
Okay.
path.
Then I'll fly up over the canopy and head out for a little while
And
till
then
I
we
can
can
But is
see
he
Yeah,
is he
sounds
moving?
definitely.
So like if he moved a direction, they would change. I would know that we were going.
Yeah,
The
it would
northwest of
it would
this.
move as
South.
he moved.
Okay.
So I'll fly ahead.
Fly ahead.
See if anything stands out. Tents, cabins.
Roll a
smoke.
perception check.
49.
Come on, baby.
Without rolling.
34.
What?
Whatever.
It is forest as far as you can see. Though in that direction it does lead to the base of the Sword Mountains.
I'm gonna look for any orc tracks.
Roll a
Checks
survival
out.
check.
Wrote it down.
13?
13.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, 13.
You see no tracks.
No tracks.
Although
I
Wolfram,
wish
this is the
Rygar
general
was here.
direction that he was going. It's not the exact same path. It's slightly askew, and as he has explained, this is the most direct path there.
So,
Ah.
I'm gonna say, since he didn't see any sign of him, I would say hurry along. And then, Wolfram, if you just want to scout ahead maybe every hour or so, see if we're catching on his trail.
That means yes.
That's the run.
Affirmative.
All right.
So as you go along,
I want to. We checked for track. Never mind. That's fine. I want to see if there was anything else turned on the way, like if we're gonna be.
fair enough. You roll perception as you go.
Yep.
You can roll a perception check.
11, I think.
You don't really see any signs.
Oh
of
no,
anything.
14. Sorry, yeah, it was 14. But
You
still,
don't
it's
see any signs of anything there. As you continue to go for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours,
Wolfram's checking ahead every hour.
5 hours. Wolfram, you see what looks to be at the base of the mountains now. As the trees begin to thin, a opening, a cave in the base of the hills. It is directly in line with where your comrades are. As you look down, there, with the perception you rolled, there seems to be a shimmer across the opening of the cave.
Okay, I'll go back.
Okay.
And I will land on the ground this time and reform with Nevermore on my shoulder and say, there's a cave entrance up ahead.
This is about 300 feet ahead.
Oh boy, we're quite a distance away.
Not 300 yards.
300 feet.
One football field. We are one football field away.
So there is something happening
Yeah.
at the entrance of the cave, at the base of the mountain.
What did you see?
Sparkles.
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 Sounds like something that you.
It's magic.
You mean
Yeah.
like
Oh,
an
It's
illusion?
magic, of course.
Like an illusion, perhaps.
What school of magic was it from?
Abjuration.
It was an abjuration magic.
What does that mean again? Something doesn't look the way it actually is?
No, that would be illusion.
No,
This
it's
is like a,
it's abjured.
Mm.
It's a
That
little
clears it
abjured.
right up.
A little abjured.
You're a little absurd. What does that mean in English?
Abjured.
absurd.
Then the exact
Webster
the exact
Dictionary.
the exact definition is
It's all in the.
What's that great scholar Merriam-Webster say?
protection. It's protection. You should know this.
Protection.
So we'll get hurt if we walk into it?
It's a magical barrier.
Okay.
You, Morthos and Kildrick, you both would know that abjuration magic is magic that is meant to protect.
Kildrick didn't hear anything because he was going for his water bottle.
He can't reach it though; it's too high.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't even. Hey, knock it off.
It's like a dog.
The breadcrumbs are obviously heading toward the cave, and we know that there is a spell of some type of protection in front of it. I would assume that this is where he is.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find a way to draw him out of the cave?
Let's go in.
Can we get close enough to watch first? See if people come out.
Do we think we can get the orcs to bring him out, thinking they're friends still, and then we ambush?
We're right here, you know.
Well, that's what I'm talking to all of us.
Why would we go first?
No, we'll
caused this.
We'll be hidden, and then you call him out. Hey, Sorg, wanna be friends still? And he comes out, and then we kill him.
I mean, we don't have to assume. You don't have to play it as anything. Take it from a liar, okay? If you play this straight, that nothing's wrong, and you got away, and you've been looking for your leader for protection, he might come out.
Or good friend. You don't have to say.
Or good friend. You were worried. And if we can get close enough, we can draw him out through that conversation, protect you, kill him.
Well,
He's enraged, right?
listen, that scroll that I gave him
Oh, sure.
could easily open this pathway into the cave.
Knock.
Yes. It's what it's for
Knock,
sure.
knock.
But we don't know what's in there, right? Would it benefit us if we could bring him out?
You could try it.
Hello in there! Like that?
No, like what we just talked about.
Oh, I hope he didn't hear me.
Actually, I
far
hope he
away.
did, and then he'll come out.
Probably not.
How did we lose to you fools?
You're pretty weak.
So, what do you think about that plan?
I think we should go in. Honestly.
You want to go in, we use a knock spell that's burning a hole in your pocket. What do you want to do?
We don't know who's in that cave. I say bring him out to us.
You say bring him out.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
Is the cave in the open, or is there any trees or bushes around the entrance?
There
The
is-
trees thin out and it goes right into the
There's
mountain.
nothing really. It's pretty, for about 40 to 50 feet, it's pretty clear around the base.
All right.
I think we need to catch him before he makes his way down in the mountain.
Does this cave go other places?
I don't know.
We don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's either we use the nuts scroll or whatever it is that we have, or we have to draw them out. There is no other way.
How
at
about
the
this?
The wisest course of action would be to fight the enemy where they do not have the advantage,
Agreed.
which seems to be that cave.
How about this? How about we try to draw him out? If he does not come out, then we use the knock spell.
We could be announcing ourselves though if we do that and fail.
We will give up our element of surprise.
So
Or-
we're using the knock spell.
We're continuing to walk at this pace, right?
We're getting marginally closer.
Now, it could be a protective barrier from allowing something to leave.
Okay, so that would be a problem too if we undid that.
Right? So we should check first.
We've done that once before.
And then go in and we'll still have the spell to leave if we have to.
Is there a way to check
Yes, touch it.
other than that? What about one of your
What?
birds?
Hey,
You send your
Go for it.
bird.
What do you think? What do you think? You'd be able to go
Oh, I
and get him
forgot
to
to
come out?
raise him this morning.
We will go and get him if you wish.
No, like bring him out. Like not go in, but like just get him to come outside.
Can we just go in the cave,
I
please?
can talk if that is your desire.
I will spend the next few minutes bringing back Poe.
Okay? That,
No more talking. Leave me alone.
that takes like 10 minutes.
We'll talk with him.
As you can
Actually,
do it
it
as he's
takes
walking.
an hour and 10
does
minutes.
it?
Oh yeah, I spent
We're
the
walking
last hour
really
thinking.
slow.
Did you do that at the short rest before you?
Of course I did.
Yes. So there you go. You
Yeah.
have Poe back.
Wait, can you send your bird in?
Ugh, not this one.
Okay, which one?
He's getting worms right now, but Poe can go.
Can you send Poe in?
Right now? Are we going in or not?
Well, we might go in depending on
Depending
what
on
Poe
what
sees.
sees.
All right. Full speed. Full speed.
Maximum power.
Did you mark off the incense that you needed to bring him back?
I
No,
know
I thought
that
it was
he's
gonna
going
be
to
free this
explore
time.
when he gets his barrier.
It's free last time.
And as he goes
You're
full
like
speed,
1,000
he
pounds.
So
hits
it's
the shield, and in a flash of light, is gone.
It's a barrier for him going in. I promise. Poe is no more.
Alright, this is ridiculous.
Should we
I'm
get a
going
second
to
opinion?
the tree line. You draw him out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I'll
I'm going
take
to stop
hiding
to the furthest
this-
tree that I can get to.
And
from
as
this.
I would
soon as he
also-
comes out, just push him back into the shield.
I don't think it works like that, buddy.
Fine, we will go.
I want to get on a flanking position on the other side of the mouth of the cave in the tree line.
What a waste of a good
I want to
bird.
stand. I want to look at him and go, "I've got your back," and I stand as close as I can to a hiding space next to him.
Before I leave, Sola, give her a health potion in case someone else
Oh.
needs it.
And before you
Thank you.
leave, take this necklace.
Oh, that's pretty.
And that necklace that he just gave you matches the necklace that several other of them are wearing,
Ooh.
including
Oh, I was
Morthos,
gonna give that to Jaga.
including Kildrick.
No, you weren't.
I'm right next to you. Oh.
I feel like part of the team now, a little bit.
So
Did you get
Kildrick
the
already
tier
has one.
He has one.
Wolfram already has one.
I do.
They gave you.
I think the only
Can we
person
give
who
him
doesn't
the
have it
holds?
is Jaga.
Holds.
You gave. Yeah, they
no,
gave you.
I have holds
You
because
have
he had
holds.
the hopper itself.
I never
Oh,
got
that's
We're
true.
down one.
I never
Right.
got
Well, Rygar took his one.
Correct. And
Right.
True.
But you don't need yours if you have the hopper.
that's why I gave it to him.
Oh, I thought you gave. Who has mine then? Because I have Melcine's.
You gave.
You
You
gave-
gave yours to Kildrick.
Oh, did I?
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, she did. So we're down Wolfram and Jaga.
Kildrick, I want that
You-
necklace back. I want to
Did
give
we
it
not-
to Jaga.
You
Did we not
can't
find Vinny's?
givesy takesies.
What? Oh no, you did find
You found
Vinny's.
Vinny's.
Oh,
so-
that's
Wolfram
right.
has it.
Yeah, Wolfram has
Wolfram
Vinny's.
found it.
Wolfram has
Okay.
Vinny's.
Yeah.
So we're down one on Jaga.
Yeah, Jacques is the only one who
We're
because.
nameless. You can keep
Right.
Sucks to
Rygar.
suck, man.
But he can go with you as long as he's
Being
being
touched.
touched.
I'll be right
All
back.
right, let's do this.
I pop
Yes.
out a lot.
Gofek walks forward and stands in front of the shield with his two allies accompanying him, and he kind of just yells out,
Sorg! Sorg! Come out!
Friendly. I'm in the corner like, lie. Be friendly.
We're here to
Be friends.
dance with you! For we were victorious over our enemies!
Nice.
Come and let us
You have beer.
drink to their death and piss on their corpses!
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think he ran with it.
I like it. I don't know if I'm next to you, but
actually really good.
Come, brother! Let us relish our victory!
He's a natural. Yeah. Good job.
hold on.
"Someone roll a persuasion check for Sorg."
Do you have an
For
advantage for the
Gofek.
DM, and can we use it?
I can't use my advantage.
Yeah, we can.
We're rolling for you.
Your part. This is your character.
Wait, we're using
Yeah.
it now?
I am not
Yes,
using my
so you can't
advantage.
use it later.
All right.
No, fine.
Not using it. I only have,
What are we rolling for?
I only have
Persuasion?
one.
And
Come on,
then we
Wade.
have
Yes,
You're not gonna have Adam do it
disadvantages.
with the
I got a 17.
dice full of
That's pretty
20s?
good.
17.
Plus
Alright.
whatever.
He just has high
his
modifiers.
modifiers.
17 minus 2 is 15.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be better.
He waits there, and after a minute, you hear another voice ring out.
Sarg is inside. Who are you with? Lex, is that you in there? Yeah.
They know each other.
We're here with him. Who else is with you? I have
Just your two friends.
frickin' Frack with me.
The fact
Okay,
clan.
for the fact.
Frack. So much fracking going on.
That was close.
All right.
Let's see them. And out from the shadows of the cave steps another orc, and he kind of reaches his hand through the shield. And as he does that, Gofek kind of motions his frickin' frack forward.
Here they are.
Excellent! Bring them!
Oh no.
And they step up, and as they do, the hand reaches out, and both of them grab them, and they immediately begin to transform as they're pulled into the shield.
No.
And you watch them turn into Tanaruks on the other side of the shield.
Okay.
Should have told him not to let him touch because I knew that.
Now!
Hey, Gofik, come
Gofek
back here.
sees this and backs up.
Now, Kildred!
What are you doing? Kildred whips out the knock spell.
Are you using it?
I'm using it.
All right.
I'm
Cast
not
the spell.
Okay, I don't. What should I do to cast it? Just
You
hold it
gotta
up.
sing the
And what do I
words. You
do?
gotta sing the words on the paper.
I don't know what the words are.
Open he has.
Gotta make up a song that's
Open the mouth of the cave lord. See that barrier open up. Okay, good.
I like it.
All right.
Knock, knock, knock.
All right.
That's a good one.
And we charge. Well, some of us charge. I'll
Oh,
stay in
man.
the back.
Steve is not charging into battle.
No, Poe did enough
Yes.
of that for me today.
full speed.
Full speed
It's a
ahead.
freaking missile. A bird missile. Like that YouTube clip of Randy Johnson throwing a fastball and a dove flies
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
that's
air.
exactly what happened.
Did you see that video of the preacher at the funeral when he throws the dove
Yes.
up? and
All
it's
right.
dead?
Well, as we go into our battle, we are going to do our next giveaway, and so we're going to give away our glass golem.
All right, you got this next.
This is
all
the
right?
glass golem.
Adam. Talk
And-
about diapers.
Before we do the battle and this fun little encounter here, I'm going to run an ad, so stick around. It'll be 30 seconds, and you can, when you come back, potentially win this glass golem, okay? So stick around, and we want to give this away. Tell your friends they have 30 seconds to jump in and potentially win this golem figure. So here we go.
So sticking with the theme of general hygiene, we're going to talk about adult diapers. Have you ever just had to go to the bathroom but didn't want to get up?
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah,
All
been-
the
been
time.
there, Been there.
I have to
Right
piss
now,
right
while
now.
playing this game.
Now
Right
imagine being
Here.
able to do
Well,
that
upstairs?
without the shame and condemnation of crapping or
Too
pissing
small.
your pants.
I already did.
Imagine
I'll
watching
put it in.
the entirety of last week's episode in one sitting without.
You could have done it.
You're right.
Bringing it in one end, coming out the other.
But how?
It just
Anymore.
it depends.
Oh. Hey-oh, end of
Not
episode.
sponsored at all.
No. Okay. Well, on that
Trying to
note,
get them to sponsor
if you would
us.
like to win this glass golem,
Please sponsor us today.
I use
We
the product
depend on
weekly.
you.
I will wear that for you.
all right. If you would like to win this glass golem, we are going to give that away right now. All you need to do is type in ! battle time, ! battle time, and we are going to give this glass golem
Do I
away.
want to be in this one?
Nope.
! battle time, and the glass golem can be yours. We will still give away the stone giant here before
The old razzle dazzle. That should be our battle tactic.
Yes.
We just went for the razzle dazzle.
All right! ! battle time! ! battle time! To enter into the contest to win the glass golem, and we're going to give that away. And good luck to those of you who are entering. And as you see these Tanaruk being transformed before your eyes, Kildrick
Check your phone.
opens the knock spell. Am I supposed to be getting something?
Scooby said. Check it. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm checking text messages.
Apparently.
Okay, yep. I
Hold
have-
on
So-
the razzle dazzle.
Yeah, back to
We're
adult
still razzling
diapers.
and
Razzle dazzle
It's
without
for those
words
moments
and
when you.
without-
Yeah,
You ready?
yeah, I'm ready. So I don't see what I'm supposed to see, but
Okay, sorry.
so ! battle time, and you can win this glass giant. Last call for that. All right, glass golem. As you see these two transformations taking place, Kildrick, you belt out the knock spell. The shield dissolves, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
No surprise round for hiding in the trees.
We ran into
I hit myself.
Remember to roll for Zucifer.
Oh yeah. you're right.
Zucifer.
That's his full name. Zucifer L. Jackson.
Ah, nice.
It was literally like this. It was like, ooh.
Exclamation point battle time if you want to enter the contest. Battle time. All right, so 21 to 25.
24. I think.
La-di-da.
I can't add. Yep, 24.
Okay, anyone else? 21 to 25? 16 to 20.
19.
It's his cousin.
16 to 20. All right. No one else? Very good. 11 to 15.
Zeus is 13.
More closer to
12.
11.
Ooh. Well, that's not the worst thing for you because you can get people
All right,
close.
Sola,
9.
9.
Nine.
Yanni,
6.
6.
Boy.
And Jago, 4.
Should have renamed him Vincent.
1.
Because I miss my buddy so much.
That would have
Never
been
accepted
funny.
your invite.
No.
All right.
Never received it.
Eli, you watch as Gofek pulls his sword. Gofek is going to go on the same turn as the enemies.
We will not let you forget.
How
Give him
far-
credit.
You are all about 50 feet away in various positions.
Okay.
So it would take you a full round if you were going to dash to get up there, unless you use range attacks.
Yeah.
You do see the two Tanaruk. You do not see anything behind
Still
them.
blank.
They transform over this brief period, and they pull their weapons as well, ready to engage.
Do they grow that same horn?
You see the horns emerge out of the sides of their heads.
I
You
believe
can't
that's
see
what
anything beyond
You
that.
said we're 50 feet away?
Yeah.
50 feet away, yep.
So I want to move up my full 30 to be 20 feet away,
Okay, you're 20 feet away.
and I'm going to throw my shield in the ground, pull my bow off, and use it as a steadying tool,
Okay.
so I can keep my 20 AC, obviously, and shoot at the closest Tanaruk.
Okay, so they're both next to each other. Which one are you choosing?
I said the closest.
They're equidistant from you.
The one on the right.
There is north and south. You shoot the north one.
Yeah.
Roll your attack.
So I want the one in the south. Sola's directions. All right, the north
All
one.
messed up, man.
The north one.
Nobody ever taught me directions.
Clearly. 12.
12. As you shoot, you try to avoid Gofek, and your bolt just dashes into the. There is as you see, a small stream coming through the cave. It just kind of disappears into the void beyond.
So I'll
darkness
take my
beyond.
second shot at the same one.
Yep, roll your attack.
23.
That one hits as it sinks deep into his chest. Let's out a grunt as he is readying his attack.
That would be 9.
9 points of damage.
Yep.
All right, very good.
And then can I stow?
You took it out. You can't pick up your shield again until next turn.
Wasn't going to. Was going to stow and
You-
just operate the sword. And
Okay,
light
yeah,
it as a
you,
bonus
yeah,
action.
You can do that.
That's, yeah. So
Yep.
put it away, summon the sword.
So you run the blade against your hand.
Yep.
Your blood mingles with the blade, and the
Radiant.
radiant light sparks forth. You take full damage.
Oh, no, I don't, actually. Sorry, because it's radiant. I take
Half damage of that. Very good.
I think
And
Wow.
it is
You are a little-
Sola. Did you roll hit dice at all during that?
I did not.
That's good, actually.
Okay, so you're still at 29 of
29,
37.
correct.
Okay. You
think
sure you
it's
didn't?
worth it.
You sure you didn't roll any hit dice?
Sure you didn't want to roll one, maybe?
Just do it now.
Maybe just, I don't know, do it once.
Oh.
Okay, you didn't do it. That's fine.
I can.
Yeah, I
It
think
is-
you should.
I think
Now-
you did. You just forgot to write it down.
Very rarely do we get a chance to metagame.
Sure.
I got my bird
DM
back,
approved.
and then instantly.
I'm now at 34.
I think he's trying to say that we're going to need every
Okay,
help
so you got
skill that we
5.
can get.
Did you add your constitution as well to that?
Oh no, I didn't. So full.
So
I'm +2.
okay, so you are at 37.
That's
Nice.
not bad. There you go. Yep.
Back to full health. Okay, very good. Kildrick, you're up. You watch Eli run forward.
Seeing Eli run forward, Kildrick is just adrenaline coursing through his veins, lifts his arm, and then violet light falls upon the two beings.
Okay, what's the range on Fairy Fire?
60 feet.
60 feet. And so I presume that you are doing it going backwards.
Yeah, so that Eli's not affected or anything. Well, it's a 10-foot diameter, so
Right, it's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube.
Yep.
Yeah, so in a way that only they will be.
Okay,
in
so I need to roll 2 dex saves.
Yeah.
Dex save number 1 is a 3.
it. Does not.
Dex save number 2 is a 14.
Does not.
Woo! Good work.
Well done.
And so they are covered in greenish light.
Violet light.
Violet greenish light.
Oh, this is me.
And their form illuminates, and all attacks on them have advantage now for as long as you maintain that spell. So mark off your fairy fire spell slot,
She's long.
and it is now Zeus's turn.
Zeus runs up to be right
We
right
have
beside
4.
Eli.
We have 4
Okay,
now.
so he runs up right next to Eli. He still has a bonus action dash if he cares to go any further.
He's gonna stay beside Eli.
Okay, so he is beside Eli about 30 feet away,
20.
20 feet away. So you guys are kind of like right outside the
We were
range.
15. We both moved 30.
Yep, very good. And it is now Wolfram's turn.
Oh, we have 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy on the south.
Okay, so this one here is the one who Eli did not shoot at. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, focusing on the other guy.
Okay.
I will just lift up my quarterstaff and just launch 2 right at him.
Okay, and so 2 shadowy blasts of eldritch energy spring forth.
24
Hits.
and 22.
Both hit. As the force explodes against his shoulder and midsection, sending flesh and skin in all directions.
17.
17 damage. Very
Flesh
good.
and skin, huh?
And sinew and gore and all the other synonyms I can think of right now.
Skin and skin.
Okay, so
Flesh is
does
more than just skin.
Yeah, maybe.
no, never mind.
So flesh and so clean.
Are you staying put, Wolfram?
I am 50 feet away from this doorway,
You are.
right on the edge of the trees. I'm staying right.
Okay, Morthos, you're up.
Just for a point of clarification, if I use my new fancy scroll on my sword,
Yep.
is that considered a spell attack, or is it still considered a sword attack?
It's a spell attack.
Okay.
Yep, you're casting the spell Acid Splash.
And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast the spell Acid Splash on, it doesn't matter.
So what's the range?
60 feet.
Okay, so
And
you.
they will both be hit with it.
Okay, so they make a save against
Yep,
it.
a dex save.
Dex save number 1 is a 12.
Nope,
Number 2 is a 16.
that one will pass.
Okay, so one of
Well
them,
put.
the north, the
Shit.
north failed, south saved. So north's damage
It would be 9.
9. Okay.
And then I will move my full 40 feet up and take the bonus action dodge.
Okay, take the dodge bonus action. So as you call forth the newly equipped Acid Splash, a gout of greenish fluid kind of falls upon them. One of them sees it coming and is able to move out of the way just in time for the second to be covered as his flesh burns away and his skin recoils under the acid. And it is now Sola's turn.
I'm gonna get slightly behind Eli and whoever else is up there with him.
That's
Me and
Because
Zeus.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
I'll go kind of right behind them, and I'll shoot him with a radiant sunbolt. The one to the north.
Atta girl.
Okay. go
She
ahead and
meant
roll your-
south, though.
Roll your attack.
12.
12 does not hit as the first sunbolt flies
That's her
into
flaw.
the
That's
stone
her
face
flaw.
to his right.
24.
That one does hit. Roll your damage.
11.
11. Okay, very good. And your bonus action?
Mhm.
Another radiant attack?
That
Right.
20.
All right.
Fiechter!
Awesome. And so you send forth the first blast from your nubbed hand, and it explodes against the stone. You take your second blast with your left hand, and with the third, you just kind of do both together, and the blast hits square in his throat,
Done that 3 times.
blowing the neck flesh off of him, and
What about his skin?
he begins to gag as the radiant energy sears through his skin.
12.
12 damage.
Wait, I add up the dice and then I add my modifier, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 12.
12 total. Okay, very good. Are you
Sure, I did
moving
say
any
12.
further? That's your movement staying there?
I'd like to kind of go behind Eli so I don't get hit by
You're
these
staying behind Eli. Okay, very
Thank
good.
STI trolls.
So I thought the north one is dead.
No,
Isn't that what you said?
there's
No.
it.
Are you sure?
Just in the throat. That's
Yeah.
it.
Just in the throat.
They
He's just
both-
gurgling
they
blood.
both
His neck
step
flesh is
up.
gone.
The neck flesh is gone. They both step up and
He's a
they
detached
take
head.
their 2 attacks on Gofek.
Oh, he needs to die. I get
Go,
it.
go,
Why
no.
didn't he get to go first?
No,
Go,
he's
no.
gonna become
It's all part
evil.
of the plan, man. Then we can go back and take everything out of the camp.
His
You
mom's
are
still there.
heartless, Adam.
Mother is still there.
Mother's still there.
Yeah, but she's hurting.
She's
He'll just
pissed.
kill her.
All right, attack number 1 is a what are they?
A 2.
It's good enough that
He
he has to
really,
count.
he really wants him to die.
He does. All because you did poor planning with the name.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
that's
his
the exact
fault.
reason, yeah.
That is an
Gofek.
18, which hits. Number
Gofek
2
line
is
comes to an
a
That's why we
We're just
started
gonna-
this
19, which hits.
Fall
Number
with
3
healing
is
water
a
into
natural
his-
20.
Oh, he's dead.
Number 4
Gofek.
is a 23.
He's
So that is
gonna
all of
die.
them hit.
Aw.
And
going
so
down.
that is
Plus one.
Go Feck, I never knew ye.
5d8 plus 16.
Drop the fireball on him.
Oh.
Go back, no.
I'm guessing 50.
No, stop.
Please don't kill him.
Oh,
That
God.
is 38 damage.
He means
to
so
that.
much to
And
us.
Go back.
He is so important.
He's definitely
You
going to be in
bastards.
this 3 sessions from
We
now.
love him.
He retaliates with 2 attacks of his own against the guy in the north.
Oh, he's still kicking.
I like it.
And that is an 18
Just pull
and
the
a
healing water down his
14,
throat.
both of which hit. And so Gofek
Go
with
down.
his
Go down like a hero.
with his great sword
He's gonna get the kill and all the XP.
does 23 damage.
Oh, nice.
Almost tit for tat there.
All right, and it is now Yanni's turn.
Come on, Yanni.
So they're
Go!
now, we would say, 40 feet away.
They
Earn
moved
these
out, right?
flowers
They
that
moved
you
out
gave
5
me.
feet, so they're 45 feet away.
Yeah, that works.
He gave you
I tricked you.
He aimed low.
I aimed low, knowing that my full movement was 45.
I mean,
He's devious.
the map is 5 feet right there.
And this
Go
is
ahead.
why we don't give him this advantage, alright?
So Yanni,
So, I take a moment, and in the face of these hideous beasts, they now turn to cloud giants. And both of them look at me and say, "Hey, you know what's worse than your mom? Your water." And
Oh.
and I instantly rage out, just so mad about them talking about my mom and my water at the
Your
same
beverage
time.
of choice.
My beverage of choice. I go, yeah, my mom was a great woman and my water is high quality. And lightning strikes where I'm at. My hammers are now
Kind of reminds me of the water boy.
ding 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 ding.
I saw the movie like 3 days ago.
You had to go to Wisconsin to watch that?
His hammers are twirling in his hand as he rushes forward, now with white hair, and he takes 2 attacks with his hammers, trying to.
and as you rush up, I can show off the
Yeah.
new mini that I just painted. So,
Love it.
yay.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those of you that didn't know, Yanni is purple.
Purple.
Thanos-esque.
Yep.
A little
He's
bit.
currently not on the screen.
perfect.
Yes, he is.
No.
Oh, that's
Not on the-
There, there. He's there. Ooh, I painted him.
It's hard to see so far away.
Yeah, that's
Really, it doesn't look like anything.
So he is trying to.
Stop ruining my fun.
He's trying to both hammers at the same time crush the dude's head in between them.
Okay,
So
very
he
good.
goes to do that.
Roll your attacks on Man of the North.
It's not gonna hit.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, just like the
What's
whole
happening?
Oh, don't move it!
Adam did it now.
Already fixed it.
I didn't know he could do that.
Oh.
It's good. It's fine. It looks good.
Did you adjust it with that? Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, very
The
good.
first one's a 10,
10 does not hit.
and the second one is a 19.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
Oh.
As you rush up with the hammer in your right hand twirling, you slam with your left, and it just whiffs as you come through with the second and smash him in his chest. As he lets out a yell of pain as his chest goes concave against the force of the blow.
11.
What?
And then with the one I miss, I come back and just elbow him right in the face.
Roll your attack.
It's a 17.
17 hits. Roll your damage. I need to change this music.
Above the other one.
It is. It's already something.
Chill back.
Oh,
So my damage is just 5, right? Is that the?
Is that? It's
It doesn't have like a die next to
Blunted?
it. It's,
Yeah,
the
it just says
bludgeoning.
5.
Change.
5, yeah.
Okay,
5
very good.
bludgeoning.
And as you on your backswing come back, you catch him with the butt of your hammer, and you see teeth and a horn break off and go flying into the cave. It is now Jago's turn.
Where am I
Jaga.
in
Jaga.
relation to the enemies?
Yago.
That should be the thing. His name just always changes.
Let's go. Let's go. Jimmy.
I like
Drago,
it.
get in there.
Now
That would
call
be a
this.
good set.
I've been Dragog.
Come on, Jimbo.
Guys,
Get in there.
guys.
So
All right.
Where am I in relation to
You are
the
50
enemies?
feet away.
North, west.
Wherever you wish to be.
East.
Oh, behind them.
East west.
Not in the
Right in
cave.
the middle.
I will go as close as possible to them, wherever I'm coming from.
Are you taking the dash action to get up next to them, or staying behind Gofek?
Yes, I'll go right there. And
Okay,
I will,
that would be your action and your
Oh,
movement.
that would be a dash.
Because that's dash to get there. Because you have 30 feet of movement.
Unless you have 50 feet of
You
movement.
still have
I
a
got
bonus action if you care to use it.
Can I ready a dodge action as a bonus action?
You cannot.
Bonus dodge action.
You are not a rogue.
Freaking rogues, man.
I know,
They get all
right?
the
All
cool
the
stuff.
options.
They do, right?
Nobody
Because they
does it.
steal it.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'll stay right there.
Okay, very good. So you are there, and Eli, you're up as your team all kind of begins to swarm the two Tenoruk. One of them looks pretty beat up. The other one's still raging pretty strong.
I would like to go to the one that's... Can I get into a flanking position on the one that's pretty beat up?
You would have to...
Because I could technically enter the one's threatened range, and I shouldn't have to leave it either.
You'd have to go through the water to do that.
I don't want to wade in the water.
Could be something in there.
Piranhas.
Parasites.
I can't move through my people.
Well, you can move through your people, but they're blocking the entrance, so you can't move through them.
So can I get in front
The only
of...
thing you can do is move around.
Can I get in front of Nameless?
You can get in front of Nameless and have a swing on him, yes.
That's what I would like to do then.
Okay. So you rush
Meaning
up
the one that's more hurt. The swing on the one that's more
on the
hurt.
north. Yep.
Alright.
You rush up next to Nameless, and Yanni, as you swing your broken irradiated blade,
I also picked up my shield as I ran there.
presumably, yep.
That's going to be an unnatural
That
20.
hits. Roll your damage.
The damage on the other one was actually another +4 on that from my rage.
14.
14. Okay. As you bring your blade down, you catch him at the top of his clavicle, and you hear a sick cracking sound as your blade meets the same spot that Yanni has already kind of concave,
Right.
and you slit right down his chest as his innards fall out. Remember, you guys are rolling with advantage because they are fairy fired.
Oh,
Oh,
forgot that's what the
that
green
would have been
means.
helpful.
So
I
do
didn't
I have
know
more
that
movement to
meant
get to
that.
the other one?
I didn't.
Yes.
Then I
My
will
first
do that
Could have hit.
into
Looks like
flanking
we're probably-
with whoever that guy is, or no?
Actually, yeah, you can get to flanking. As you do so, you
I guess it didn't
you
matter
don't
though.
have dark vision, so you don't
Then
really see.
I will not do that.
Well,
I'll
no,
stay
yeah,
with-
no. Fairy fire casts a 10-foot light source.
Okay, then you see about that far.
I'm not gonna do that because I don't need it because he's on fairy fired. I'm not
Okay.
gonna put my back to the cave that we don't know what's behind it.
Okay,
Unnatural 20 again.
that hits. Roll your damage.
Oh man. 9.
9, very good. Kildrick, you see your allies rushing in, taking advantage of your infired enemies. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm maintaining concentration on the fairy fire.
Yep.
And I guess I'll just vicious mock the orc.
Okay,
To
you're
the
still
south.
you're still 50 feet away.
There's
so
only one bad guy right now.
There's only I see one of them.
Wait, so the one's already dead.
Yeah.
Are you taking
Okay.
any movement, or are you staying where you are?
Maintaining where I am.
And the range on Vicious Mockery is 60 feet, so
Yes.
go ahead and insult away.
Okay. How does it feel to know you're the last surviving member of all of your clan that we slaughtered?
Ooh. Poor Gofek.
That hurts me a little bit.
Gofek turns and just kind of shakes his head.
My mom's still back there.
I thought you were dead, to be honest with you.
And he rolls a 4 and fails, so he has disadvantage on his
still back there.
disadvantage on his next attack if it gets
Should I
to
roll
him.
my damage on my D4?
Roll your d4 damage.
3!
Almost maxed it.
Ooh. And it is now. Are you taking any bonus action?
Now I'm maintaining just where I am.
Okay, Zeus is up.
Okay. Zeus will just run in there and bite that orc.
Okay, the only way to do that is to either go in through the water or to get into the cave behind him.
Okay. Then he's going to maintain a guard position besides Eli.
So he rushes up beside Eli here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So your Rottweiler friend is up next to him, ready to go if anyone gets within his threatened range.
You can use guard dog.
And, well, he's not next to the enemy. He's just next to Eli.
Okay. So if he goes to attack you,
Am I not next to the enemy?
You are, but
Oh, he's like behind
Gofek is
me.
between you.
Freaking Gofek. You kill him already.
It is now...
So wait, is Zeus within 5 feet of Eli?
He is, but he's not within
within
5 feet of an
the
enemy.
bad guy.
Isn't that what
If
you
an
guys
ally
did
is hit
with
by
his
an attack
Yes.
within 5 feet of you.
Right, so you have to be within 5 feet of the enemy, and
Oh,
the
okay.
attack
Also be-
needs
That
to be...
description makes it look like I have to be 5 feet away from the
If
ally.
he were where Gofek is, that would work.
Yeah,
what you're
if
thinking.
he was up in the water next to him, then that would work.
Don't trust that
Ankle
water.
biter? Yeah, I don't want to send him in there.
Okay.
You've mentioned it too many times.
Water, 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 water.
Go in.
I
the-
saw the
Gatorade.
Fellowship of the Ring. All right.
All right, so I
That was a,
Wolfram.
I
that was a
will
scary scene.
arrange myself to be able to see into the cave about another 60 feet
Okay, so you move yourself
Um,
into a
and closer.
position.
I mean closer, but in a way that
Are
I
you
can
moving up?
look through the cave. Yes.
Okay, so you move up your full movement,
Yeah, 30 feet.
and
Wanna
you
get
look
something
through into the cave. Roll a perception check, please.
26.
26. You see to the back of the cave,
Oh boy.
and you see what looks to be a stone carved bridge across the water, and a small trickle of a waterfall which is feeding a little pond
Oh boy.
that then runs out into...
All right,
The
but no one's
outdoors.
there.
You see no one.
Great. I will Eldritch Blast This guy.
Okay, roll your attacks.
Well, does he look pretty bad?
He's taking some hits, but he's still angrily
All right.
swinging.
Then I'm throwing both at him, just like this.
Okay. So you give your patented point blast.
26 and
The pointy fingers.
10.
Okay.
26 and 10.
26 hits. Roll your damage.
That's enough.
As the blast slams into his
12.
right arm, and it blows away some of his
Skin flesh.
skin flesh. And it is now Morthos' turn.
So Morthos is going to run into the cave and run right behind the last orc standing there.
So you step over the orc into the
Sure.
cave.
Yeah, and he's going to take a swing as you see some green flame come flying off the end of his sword.
Okay,
You have
very
advantage.
good. Roll your attack.
It would be a 23.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
It's now known as Sklesh. Your skin flesh.
Splash.
Or Flynn.
The
Flesh skin.
sneak attack damage would be 14.
Okay.
The green flame damage would be 3, and then I guess it would be acid damage now, would be 9.
Oh!
Okay. So as you get up behind him, you jab your blade into his side as you are able to smoothly move through your allies, and he doesn't expect you and your blade to appear from the shadow, plunging it into him, the green flame erupting through his innards and the acid burning him from the inside out as he spits out a gout of blood and kind of looks over at you as you continue with your action.
He's still up.
He is still up.
Oh my goodness.
We haven't done that much.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Go for the head.
Did you mean booming blade?
What's that?
Finish.
No, green. I went green flame. Then I'm going to actually move to the bridge and look across it,
Okay, so you keep going. You move to the bridge and
and I will
look across.
take the dodge action from there.
Okay,
I'd
so you
like to
look
I'd like to
across.
look across.
Look across the bridge.
Take
And-
an arrow to the eye.
It's all right.
Uncanny
It's all
dodge.
Dodge. Got dodge action and uncanny dodge.
You see a stone, natural stone pillar in the center, which looks to be supporting the cave. And beyond that, you see open ground as it's in darkness. There's no light source anywhere, but the water continues to trickle next to you, and there is open cave. It looks to be kind of two openings moving forward that you can't quite see. One to the far south and one kind of to the middle south as the cave looks like it splits. Alright. Sola, you're up.
Can I radiant sunbolt the orc? I still have advantage because the
He is still inflamed with the fairy fire.
Fired up.
22,
22 hits, roll your damage.
Noise.
10,
10, very good. And the second attack,
19.
19 hits, roll your damage.
Savage attacker. Dang it. 7.
7. And your final attack.
14 plus 8, which hits.
That hits.
Because that's the
22.
first one that I rolled. 11.
11 damage. And so as your friends are swarming around this Tanaruk, it is about to take a swing at Eli,
Just did 28
and
damage.
as it raises its axe, you and 3 precision strikes all in the same spot burn through his side, and it singes and sears his beating heart as it burns out of his chest.
Still
And he
standing.
falls into the water,
And what
Yeah.
happens?
He's
and
actually
it
a boss
floats
monster.
down and then gets stuck kind of
That's what he
in
wants
the-
you to think.
Mm-hmm.
That's a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a dead orc. Never more flies over and starts pecking his eyes out.
Ew.
Never was picking his eyes out. All right, what do you guys do when you are out of combat?
So I go up to the water, and I want to do two things. I want to detect poison, and I also want to do a nature check on it. So
Okay, so the detect poison is a spell you can cast once a day.
yeah.
What's the range on that? And how long does it last?
Detect poison is it's within 30 feet,
For the duration.
and then for the duration,
Very descriptive.
Up to
you
10
can sense
minutes.
the presence. Oh yeah, it's a concentration up to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, so you cast detect poison, and you do not detect any poison in the water around you.
Okay, and then a nature check.
What are you trying to check exactly?
Yeah, so this will be a future thing that I do with most water that I'm around, but check purity and health qualities.
He takes out his little.
But
testing
also it would tell me okay, if there was if there was something.
Yeah, I was going to say you take your pool pH strip.
Exactly. If it would tell me if there was if I knew this area and if there was something special about a waterfall in the.
So you kind of, seeing that it's now poisoned, you dip down and kind of take a bit of a drink, and
You die.
There's an orc standing upstream peeing
And
in it.
9.
and you don't sense anything particularly unique about this
Smells like
water, other than
asparagus.
that's very fresh, coming from some sort of mountain aquifer or runoff, which seems pretty clean.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was easy enough.
What are you standing there for?
Yeah, I run in.
Oh,
I run in following
Can't see.
Orthos.
oh, I figured out.
So
you
I
cannot see any dog.
take out the orb, and I whisper, "Show me the light." And then,
Okay. So you put your glow orb out,
Show me the
and
light.
you guys are all moving forward. What's the order that you are moving forward? How are
I
you?
would like to move all the way to the end in stealth,
Yeah.
full movement
Do you have a tool?
by myself before
Well, I
anyone
don't
else.
And to
need
the
to
end
know
of
where
what?
the
So like
Going
where
this
the
way,
yeah, like where the
here.
little outcrop
It's
is.
magical.
Here.
Yeah, right about
Do you
there.
have one?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go over as soon as you
No
go
way to light
over.
it.
I need you to roll
Yes, I
a.
knew that was gonna
You
happen.
have one?
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, okay, we both. I hope you fail.
25.
Damn. And as the bridge collapses underneath your weight, you're able to easily jump
Yeah.
forward and avoid its collapse. As you see that it was really just kind of a faux construction, and there are spikes underneath in the water that were waiting your demise. Yeah.
Is there anything glowing in here as I walk in?
Like
The water-
So I want to be.
Behind
I'll go first.
Like
Be-
Viper glow
behind the
like
Is this gonna
waterfall.
die?
Yeah. So I'll go first with the light.
So what's
In
your order
hand.
here?
I'm gonna go after Yanni.
I'll go after Eli.
I will turn into my raven and fly across next to Morthos.
I
I
guess
have
I'll be.
special cloud
Where's
jumping
Zeus
boots.
gonna
I guess Zeus and
And
I
I'll
will be
wait
trailing
right
up
there.
from the back.
go? I like it.
And then turn back into Wolfram.
Cheating.
Okay. And Gofek is bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
We're just
He's kind of
content
hurt,
with him back
kind of
there.
looks at you.
You did say some nasty words.
You know,
You've got your guard, dog.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were dead.
That makes it better.
Listen, you swit. You can make this better with using your fancy words to heal me.
I'm all out.
Roll a deception check.
He checks his pocket.
That's not gonna be good. Let's see, deception is so plus 9, so 13.
13. Natural 20.
He stabs you.
You and moi, if I survive.
And he just kind of trails off into thought.
Listen, I'm sure you will.
Now the
That's
DM's
right.
going, good luck.
And you will be my shield.
And he pushes you ahead of him.
Johnny.
Right into the spiked water.
All right, you guys are moving forward. Are you doing anything else in here?
I will put my hand on Morthos, and I'll whisper something, and he won't hear it, but he'll have guidance.
Okay. So what are you doing, Morthos?
I was moving all the way to that far pillar.
Okay. Are you stealthing ahead?
Stealthing
Roll
ahead.
your stealth, please.
22.
Are you using your guidance?
Guidance. Oh, what is that, D4?
Yep.
Sure, just in case. 4.
Okay.
26.
So
That's
you
good.
move ahead to the pillar here. Goodness gracious.
Oh boy.
You will see molten lava rising from the ground.
That's
Here, actually, you would see.
That's a nice little chasm.
Oh boy.
You would see that. And so as your eyes adjust to the darkness quite easily, you see that there is a break in the floor. And you can't quite see how far down it goes, but there is an open gap that there's a bit of a step down, kind of a collapsed floor that goes down into so this is like 5 feet down, and then the further chasm that opens ahead of you.
So I can see to the end of that, but there's nothing there.
There's just wall. There's a wall.
Whoa.
Well, the chasm opens up, and then it kind of goes down. There's the cave that comes and meets the chasm as it opens up below. So there's no way to continue forward. It just goes down and out of sight.
Then I would move to the left, still in stealth,
Here.
and look out down that way.
Okay. So here.
Yeah.
As you move, I
Stop
need you to
there.
roll. Make another dexterity save.
Oh boy.
Hey, good job checking for traps.
I know, it's alright.
You're finding them by kicking them
Pretty
up.
dexterous. Dex, I think I'm plus 13 or 12.
Pretty dexterous.
Oh no, plus 9. Yeah, that's right.
Loser.
14.
Yep.
As you step
That was
forward,
bad roll.
you feel the pressure shift under your foot as you trigger a plate, and you hear the snap whoosh, from the side of the wall. Hidden there
Oh,
are
no.
two kind of scythes that have been held by a spring mechanism that spring forth and slash directly into your chest.
Oh, one of those.
And you take 10 piercing damage.
Kildrick patters up to him and heals him.
You look to your right and you see stone doors that
Found
are
one.
shut.
Would you look at that?
And you look ahead and it's nothing but the wall that's there.
So I'd like to make a perception check around the rest of the room.
Attaboy.
Roll your perception.
Check the ceiling.
Oh, I ain't gonna see crap. An 11.
You ain't seeing crap.
While this is
Guidance,
Because
right?
it's still
I
in your
get
backpack.
guidance for that?
No,
You only get
you
one
only
once
get to use it
on
once.
while this is happening, like
No.
I'm gonna move forward around
You
that
jerk. Of course.
What was that?
edge behind him.
He had you use it on a 22.
I'm not gonna move further out, but it's like 15 feet down. Yeah, something like that. And I mean, I'm looking around also. Is there any magic happening?
Roll perception.
34.
You see exactly what I've described. You see the pressure plate that he stepped on.
Whoops. Should have told you.
As you look, you don't really see the far from where you are, where you crept up to. You don't really see around the bend here, so you don't really see what's going on here. Though you do see the beginnings of the chasm in front of Morthos, and you don't really see from where you are. You don't really see the door, but you don't see any further traps in the area that you can see, other than the one he already triggered.
I use my arm to hopefully tell the rest that can see in the dark to move forward, and I move up and look at the door. I guess I'll see the door. I'll move up 5 feet. That's all.
Okay, so you move up 5 feet.
Yep.
You do see the door, and you don't see any magical auras coming from anywhere.
Got it.
The rest of you are moving up, I presume.
Yes.
It's a pretty easy jump.
Yeah, you can all jump 5 feet.
gonna use my cloud jumping boots.
Are you sure a dwarf can't
And do a
jump
little
5
flip
feet?
in the air
I'll
and land
take-
on one foot.
I'll
Isn't
take
Yanni,
I'll take
Feather fall down.
Gildrick on my
Toss
back.
me over there.
Isn't it
I'll take
in
it-
the
I'll take it on my
dwarf's
back.
racial abilities minus 15 feet to jumps?
Don't tell anyone about this.
Toss me.
Alright, so you move up, and
Toss me.
you move up to the door.
Don't tell the elf.
You moving up the door?
Me?
Is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
I was like,
Me?
I just want somebody to
How
do that.
dare you?
That's
I
a
will
good
use
voice.
Mage Hand though and attempt to push the door open.
Okay, you use Mage Hand, and it
it's
does
a
not
pole.
move.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Perhaps one of the orcs that we killed had a key on him.
You can go back and look at their bodies.
I've looked at the room. I didn't see nothing else. I'll walk up to the door.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
I'll
go
go
out of the
I'll-
cave though.
I'll go behind.
So roll a general intelligence check.
Is intelligence just straight?
Yeah, add whatever your intelligence modifier is.
16.
So the thought crosses your mind, what about those orcs? They might have keys. And then you immediately remember, oh wait, they came with us and were transformed. They probably wouldn't have anything.
Well, no, the one that was already inside.
You see no
you
sign
don't
of
see
him.
him.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he's the one that I thought one of the other ones that was transformed ran away.
Got
it.
So Morthos, you were at the doors. Anyone else?
I'm gonna go up behind him and hold an action.
I'm staying back with
I'm
Sess.
going to join.
You're behind him here?
I'm going to join Yanni.
Go to the left. Yeah.
I'm going to
south
go
a little bit.
behind Morthos with Yanni as well.
Behind Morthos?
Yeah, like right there.
Well, that's great because I'm going to move 30 feet back and use Mage Hand to attempt to unlock the door.
So why did you move up?
Can you tell which way the door
You
is swinging inwards?
Roll
or
perception.
Yanni, you're so big.
I'm very tall.
What
That
did
would
Solo,
be
what did Solo
18?
think about seeing you all
18?
raged
Yeah.
up and stuff?
No, that's fine.
Okay. As you look at the door, you see that there are panels carved into it, made to be decorative, that look to be very old. And there seems to be there's no keyhole. There's nothing to lock or unlock, but it is firm to the push. You don't see any hinges, but there is a split down the center.
Can you see through them?
It is
Like, okay.
Should we knock?
What about that box? That we used to track him.
I mean, yeah, I could.
I don't know.
What,
I don't
what
know.
about it? I couldn't get it open, and I pulled really hard.
Is it made of the same material as this? Did it come from this? Is it some sort of key? Can we put it into one of those squares and open it? Or is it just purely decoration on the door?
there are no keyholes in the
Holes, there
door.
are no
There's
holes in it.
nothing.
I thought you said there were decorative.
There's decorative
reliefs.
panels,
Yes,
like
not deep
think
enough.
raised panels.
Got it.
It's more decorative than anything.
Understood.
I'm sorry. Could I tell if the door is which way it
Yeah.
swings?
Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Are you You're stepping up to investigate it.
It's a 7.
You cannot tell which way it swings. You do see the gap or the separation down the center, but you can't tell if it swings inward, outward. You don't see any hinges anywhere. You don't know if it
Would have been great at
goes
this moment.
downward or
Already
sees
used it.
upward.
Okay.
You don't get any magical aura from it.
I said knock would have been great right now.
We didn't hear anything on the
Can
other
we
side.
look for like
Maybe you should
Poor-
have held on to it.
Roll
Poor
perception.
Vinny.
levers,
Yeah.
you know, something that's around the door that would open it.
Roll
We
a.
had no
uh,
other way to do it.
You
Sure.
roll a perception check for secret levers, and you're rolling a perception check for what?
To hear anything.
To hear on the other side.
I'm gonna not use my advantage.
So Nameless
I
steps
thought we
back.
just knock on the door.
Gosh dang. Well, they don't want us in. Let's leave.
Yeah, we never
Change
tried being
advantage.
polite.
Yeah, we always just go
18.
and assume the worst.
Kicking doors down.
18.
Sorry, we killed your friends again. 6.
6. You hear nothing on the other side. As you look around, you do look up in the ceiling, and you see what looks to be almost a line that's carved a groove that, as you peer up further in, there looks to be a very taut wire that goes down and disappears kind of into the wall above the door. And as you look and follow it back, you see that it kind of runs through the wall, and you kind of lose sight of it as it runs through the wall.
I don't like the sight of that.
Is the wire something I feel that I could grab? Or is it?
You'd have to climb up. It's about, the ceiling here is about 15 feet tall.
Okay.
So you
Yeah,
could
you
try
got
to
it.
climb up, but yeah, you could try.
Maybe.
So, guys, move it away from the door, please. And I will use Mage Hand
All right.
and try to
Okay.
pull on the cable.
Okay, you try to pull on the cable. The tension on the rope is more than 10 pounds.
Okay.
Should I jump up and?
Can we follow the rope?
But it looks like it goes through the wall to the other side.
All right.
I should potentially check it to see if there's
It's
a
a
lever
pulley system or something.
on the other side.
Is it just gonna pull the lever?
I think it opens the door.
Or it'll kill us.
I mean, lots of things
Wait,
kill us.
so you think I could jump up? You want me to jump up and try to grab it?
Sure, if you want to, go for it. And Morthos is going to step a little further back then.
Yep. I'm gonna still follow the rope to the other side.
Okay, you go around the other side, and you kind of pick it up. It goes across the pool, and you lose it in the darkness in the ceiling. But it looks like it's going in this direction,
Okay.
in a northeasterly direction across the pool of water that's gathered there.
Or in Sola's mind. Southwest.
Yes.
Wait, so I'm watching Eli follow a rope?
You see him looking up into the ceiling, and you now see a groove that seems to be going through that you didn't catch before because your attention really wasn't on the
Right.
ceiling. It was kind of in the room for traps.
Always
I
look up.
want to call over Wolfram.
Yep.
Wolfram,
Yes.
I need your help.
Okay.
Do you see that line going over there?
Yeah, now I do.
Gets a little darker and I can't see in there. Can you get your bird or turn into a bird and see where it goes?
I see where it goes.
Oh,
It goes on the other side, and now roll perception.
can you just tell him?
This is 46.
31?
Ridiculous.
So insane.
You see in a cove on the other side, the groove kind of comes, and there is what looks to be a lever.
I wanna.
Where does this go? The other way.
I think it goes to the door that we can't open.
Okay.
So tell everyone to back up.
Yeah, so I want to back up 15 feet.
Right into the hole.
Right to the left of it. See
We're
ya.
gods.
And I want to ready my lightning bolt.
All right.
Okay.
Can I go
Alright.
south of Yanni into that corner?
Here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to hop over, get over to the thing.
You're going over to the thing. Here.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm gonna ask.
Is your light on? Your sword's on?
My
You
sword
can't
is
see.
on.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
lit, so
Good.
he has a little bit of radius.
I want to check
A
it.
little to
for-
the left, a little to the left.
Here?
A little
Here?
to the left.
Found it.
Got it.
I want to check it for traps.
Roll a investigation check.
Smart.
The rope's gonna come down, wrap around my
18.
neck and string me
It's
out.
good to you.
Looks good. Doesn't look like anything's gonna stab me when I pull it. Sounds good.
You don't see any stab areas around the lever.
Okay.
But there are poison arrows.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, hey, I think I found a way to open it. Everyone, back up.
Already did it.
All right, good. 1, 2, 3.
What
pull.
are the rest of you guys?
Does Gofek
where
back
you
up
want to be?
into the pool?
I'm good where I'm at.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to be directly under the rope in case it swings down and restrains my neck and lifts me into
So
the
where
air.
would you like to be?
Not under
Up, not that way. Yeah, that's whatever. That's
Picturing that.
Okay.
All right.
You pull the lever,
Wrong lever.
and you kind of pull it out,
Why do we even have that lever?
and
you get sad.
you can feel that it can turn either to the right or to the left. Which way do you turn it?
Gosh, 50-50 going to the right.
Right or left?
You're on your own.
Middle.
Oh, I'll take a right.
Right it is.
Right, real quick, then left.
Right.
Do both.
You're fake.
Turn right,
Yep.
and you hear a click. There's a rumble
Oh no.
as you push it back in, and as you push it in, it
Son
clasps
Son of
around
a
your
gun.
hand,
I'm stuck.
and as your hand is stuck, the doors in front open as they kind of recede into the wall.
Sweet. You did it! Good work!
You look in.
You did a great job, Eli.
It's open. Come on.
And
Obelisk.
I'm
you
stuck.
see Sorg standing there, waiting,
I instantly shoot him.
watching. You
Next
see
session.
another Tanaruk in front of him. Another Tanaruk in front of him. He's looking at you, smiling, as Eli's hand is held fast in the door. And that's where we're going to pick up our next episode.
Good
Cliffhanger.
job,
metal.
team. Good job.
You will find that out next week. Before we close down,
Great episode.
we're going to give our final giveaway,
We actually need Eli in this fight, so can you give him back to
Yeah.
us?
which is our
-1
stone giant. And I am going to give him away.
All of us gonna be
We're going to do that as soon as we run one more ad.
call
And
it?
we're going to run this
Alright,
ad.
Who's got this
So
one?
stick around as we do the final giveaway. And then we will shut things down for the evening.
Another advantage. Might need it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to gnaw my own arm off.
So what is it?
It'll
Exclamation
grow
what?
back.
I
I
haven't
didn't
said
say
it yet.
it.
That's why I was asking.
Who's got this ad?
Ooh, we got stuck. What are you going to do?
You ever got your arm
This-
caught in
this
a really
ad is
tough
brought to you.
situation?
And
Buy
told-
Vaseline.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Eli need.
That's literally gonna
Wish
say.
you brought that this time.
Do you have hair gel? you
Get
can buy?
unstuck.
Crisco.
Crisco.
All right. Well, I think we're back.
You're gonna-
And so we're going to do our giveaway
That's
here.
hilarious.
Only
And
not subscribed to see-
if you would like to
What are the
win
chances?
this stone giant, if you would like have a chance at winning this stone giant, then type in exclamation point stuck. Exclamation point stuck. STUCK. And you can win this,
Oh, dude.
have a chance at winning this stone giant. Exclamation point stuck. All right, and as we collect all of your entries, exclamation point stuck.
I like it.
We are so thankful that you have stuck around with us for our episode tonight, our 49th. Next week is episode number 50. Yay!
Big 5-0.
And it is also Halloween. I don't think that we're going to dress up, although I have thought long and hard about dressing up as Matthew Mercer.
Yeah.
But
Think
I
you
don't.
should.
I don't have a vest,
Can we dress
Go
down?
buy one.
and I don't have
Because it's
cool
warm in here.
bracelets.
Go buy one.
I don't have,
No pants.
sweet flowing
We're all
hair.
gonna be nudists
Go
for
buy
Halloween.
one.
And I certainly don't have his amazing voice acting skills.
Yeah,
Oh,
that you
please.
don't.
Yes,
Not
you
yet.
do.
You're almost there.
He's okay.
If no costumes, drink booze.
Yeah, but
Maybe
he'd be
we'll do next session drunk.
Could be terrible. I already said I was bringing a bottle of bourbon one of these
Okay,
nights.
let's do this.
I won't
We
be
might
here
be a
next
little
week.
loose.
Okay, so exclamation point
That episode
stuck.
would be 6 hours.
Exclamation point stuck.
Or maybe
Final
45
chance to
minutes.
enter as we give away
Probably
this
easier.
stone giant.
I'm out of here.
And again, thank you so much for watching.
I do
We
too.
really appreciate your just being a part of this fun little community that we have. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern Time when we pick up right here with the face off with Sorg, quite literally.
Yes.
And we look forward to continuing to loot, die, and repeat.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, you can keep that as an outro. That's good.
Yes!
Okay.
I figured if I just jumped on it,
Have a good night,
no
everyone.
one would
Cheers.
question me.
Cheers.